that?
Because you just called him, right? Oh, maybe if you go to yeah, if you hit the I there, then you can message. So what I'm thinking, Lyle, is wait till you're done with that.
Just. I'm not as fast as you guys are.
I'll have to scoot down just a little bit. Sorry. Anyway, okay, KSTK, we're going to take it here in 4 minutes. 4 minutes, KST 4. Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah.
It's too bad that it has to be, in the middle of the day because you don't hardly get a crowd.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just the way it goes.
Yeah. So Lyle, what I'm thinking is, I think I can stay till halftime, and then I need to.
Yeah, well, you can go whenever you want. I just wanted to get so you get a feel of what's going on, so you could help somebody if they needed to.
Sure. Get them set up.
So, yeah. Anyway, I know you're trying to do a bunch of stuff, and you got the big speech tonight.
Yeah, and another big one tomorrow, and another big thing. Right. It's madness. A lot happening this week.
Yeah, last night we lost the connection once.
Oh no!
So we just phoned in again and started. But
could you hear it go away, or how did that?
It just sounded weird, and then it started a busy signal, a bunch of stuff, and then he texted me and told me. I was pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, KFSK, we'll take it here in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't have anybody keeping all this. We usually keep this too.
Yeah.
This is rebounds, and this is all shots, shooting percentages, and all that. But without two of us, it's harder to do. Yeah.
I don't know how. I could try and help you at the beginning, but.
That's all right. No, it's all right.
Petersburg's 1-0. That was their first conference game last night. Craig's 1-1. The Wrangell team is 1-3, and Haines is 0-3 as far as conference play goes. And pretty much all conference play now between now and March when the tournament goes on here. We're about ready for the introduction of ball players here. Petersburg is just down below us. We're sitting up high enough we can kind of see over the bench. Rick Brock is there, and then our score bench is just to the right, and the Haines Glacier Bears wearing their white uniforms. They're just down to our right on the far side. We're looking at across a new scoreboard. When I say new, it's been around for a week. To have that up in front of us and kind of see what's going on as they put everything up. One of the nice things about it, they also list the starters and the ball players that are in the ball game. So we want to get these games going as quick as we can. Now the starting lineups for the Petersburg Vikings. Number 24, Mike Nideffer, he had 7 points last night, was 2 for 2 from the free throw. Wolf Brooks, a 6'5" senior, had 7 points, was 3 for 4 from the line. Stuart Kahn had 11 points in the ball game. He's wearing number 30, 6'3" senior. And Alan McCoy had those 17 points, was 3 for 3 at 5'7". And then Blaine Volk, he's wearing number 2. He's a 6'1" senior and had 5 points in the ball game. Of course, coached by Rick Brock. Now for the Haines Glacier Bears. Number 10, Patrick Cunningham, he had 2 points in the ball game last night. He's a 6'1" sophomore. Jacob Stegan also in the ball game. He's a 5'11" senior. Hudson Sage got into the ball game, did not score. He's a 6'1" junior. The leading scorer for the Glacier Bears last night. He had points, was 5 for 5 from the free throw line. He's 6'3", and then 4 points in the ball game. He's a 6' senior. So the Vikings start out with McKay, Wolf Brooks, Kahn, Volk, and Nideffer. For the Glacier Bears, it's going to be Stegan, Palmieri, Swenton, Sage, and Cunningham for that. So we're going to have the national anthem, so we'll pause for that. This in the middle of the day, you don't get near you normally would, and it's understandable. It's a work day, so folks, have to go. There's still quite a bunch of people around here. We've got a great pep band lined out here for the home basketball games. This is the first home game really for the Haines Glacier Bears. I mean, they play exhibition kind of things, but this is the first home game. All right, Brooks out against Swinton on the jump. Tap's going to be controlled by the Vikings. They go down and shot up and in. Oh man, nice move. He got the nice pass from McKay and laid it up and in for the Vikings, and they lead 2-0. We're just beginning first quarter action. Swinton out at the top. Looks left. Now he goes left. Goes to Jacobson down the lane. He wants to put up the shot. Up a little bit short. Rebound comes down to Brooks. Quickly on and he down the left-hand side. Stop. Jumper from about 15 off the front of the rim. Rebound down to the hands of Sage. And quick up the court come the Glacier Bears. Swinton handles the ball. Glacier Bears. And he'll bring it down. Gets it over to Stegan out at the top. McKay puts a lot of pressure on. Back to Swinton. Volk does a good job on Swinton, forcing him more to the left than to the right. He likes to go right, but Volk's overplaying that side a bit. 7-12 the first quarter action. Don't forget, we got to go after this one, so you want to stay tuned. Come back out to Sage. Cross court to Stegan. Glacier Bears. That man-to-man pressure by the Vikings. They put a lot of pressure on, fill those passing lanes, getting their hands up. Swinton, left-hand side free throw line, gives up his dribble, however, and comes back out to Cunningham, over to Sage. Nice patience by the Glacier Bears here. It's much better than last night. Comes over, looks for Sage on that right baseline, can't come up with it, holds the ball high over his head. A lot of pressure, and we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout as Coach Steve Fossman wanted a little more movement. They're being patient all right with their offense and moving around and coming to the ball, but only the people that handle basketball are moving, so I'm sure Coach Fossman's going to talk a little bit about that. While the Vikings, like I mentioned, put a lot of pressure on folks. They don't wait around. They want to fill those passing lanes, and if they do make the steal or knock the ball away, they fill the lanes nicely down the left or right-hand side, very much like that first back. Mark Nideffer. Of course, that was set up by Alan McKay, a nice long cross-court pass. If he didn't even have to take a dribble, he just laid it up and in. Cunningham, inbound right-hand side. Glacier Bears will get the ball back inside, looking, goes to Swinton beyond the three-point arc. Volk puts some pressure on Swinton. Alley-oops inside the Palmieri, but and on comes up with down court pass and through the hands of Volk. Would have been an easy lay-in, but Coach Rick Brock jumps up and says, nice job, and of course he would have got the bucket, it would have been. Glacier Bears have the ball, side to Steve, down, gives it to Cunningham, breaking off the lane, puts up the shot, rolls around, bit short, rebound comes back down into Volk's hands, out to Kahn, quick up the court, come the Vikings, right-hand side. Glacier Bears playing man-to-man defense, three-pointer on the way by Volk, chased down and goes out of bounds. It's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Just beginning first quarter action. Right-hand side to Sage. Sage comes back out to Cunningham, reverses around to Stegan, over to Swinton on the left-hand side. Palmieri trying to post up down low, but he's completely surrounded. Ball's tapped away. The Vikings come up with it. On, stops, kicks the ball back up to Brooks, up and in. So Brooks gets a nice lay-in, set up nicely by Kahn as Brooks coming off that right-hand side, laid it in. Down to Swinton. He goes down the lane, going to be a whistle on it, and they're going to count the basket too. So as Dylan Swinton came down the right-hand side lane, and the foul's on number 22. Well, they'll put it up here on the score. Swinton picks up the first 2 points for the Glacier Bears. He'll get one chance here. He was 5 for 5 from the free throw line last night. Shots up. Continues to do a nice job from the free throw line. He's got 3 points by the Glacier Bears, 3-4 with the lead. Foul was on number 2. That's Volk. That'll be his first personal. Begging ball back with the handover. Goes down the lane, stops at the free throw line. He'll go to McKay, back to Kahn. Kahn kicks it back into Brooks. He's going to have to bring the ball back out again. Kahn holds the ball high, goes reverses around to Volk, looking around, letting the offense. Glacier Bears, a little bit of movement on their part as they put on some denial pressure. They come around and stepping in front of Brooks was Swinton, and he makes the steal. 4-3, Glacier Bears lead. Swinton goes hard to the hoop, but Cunningham over to Stegan. Long three on the way, going to be short. Rebound down to Volk for the Vikings, and quick up the court come the Vikings. They go left-hand side to Kahn. Kahn looks inside. Cunningham puts some pressure on. Back out to McKay. Reverses all the way around to Volk. He looks upside. Alley-oop inside. Nothing going. However, he puts the ball back. Down nicely the Vikings as it almost went over the half-court line, but Nideffer got there just in time. 4:30 to go here in the first quarter of play. Kicking the ball back. Doesn't go over to Kahn. Stops. Free throw line goes down the center. Puts up a little shot. Bit short. Rebound fought for. Swinton comes away with it for the Glacier Bears. Left-handed dribble up the court. Now he goes right-handed dribble being hawked in there by Kahn. Spin. Move. Jumper from the free throw line. A little bit strong. Stripped away by Swinton, but Brooks comes away with it for the Vikings. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Eyedeffer eyeball. Waited for the defense to come out. Took one dribble, went hard to the hoop, and got the basket. So Nydeffer's going to pick up 2 more points. That's 4 for him. And the foul's on the Glacier Bears. And the foul's on number 41. That's Paul. That will be his first personal foul. First team foul on both teams. At the free throw line. Shots on the way. Looks good and is. Picks up 1 from there. And he was 2 for 2 last night. He 1 today, and that's his 5th point of the basketball game. 7-3. Vikings. Going to be a foul called, however. Foul's on 2-4. Rowdy Kniver, his first personal foul. Second team foul on the Vikings. Glacier Bears have the ball on the far right-hand side of the court. They set it up under the basket. Movement by the Glacier. Goes to Palmieri. Shot just inside the three-point arc. Bounces around. Still finally comes down and goes out of bounds. Referee's right there. It's going to go off at one of the Vikings and out of bounds. So Glacier Bears will set up on the left-hand side of the free throw lane now. Looking. Swinton comes down over to the side. Hudson Sage, but it's checked out of bounds by Brooks as he anticipated that pass coming across. Last night they did get a bucket off of that one, but Brooks got his hand up and knocked that one out of bounds. Being at 6'5", he can get right up there. Cunningham with the basketball. Looking, goes to Palmieri again, this time all the way over to Sage. Three-pointer on the way, and he's got it. So Hudson Sage picks up his first 3 points of the weekend. Or when I can say weekend, I guess it's Monday, Tuesday. And that's his 5 to go. Right-hand side back to Swinton, right? Looking beyond the three-point line. He gets the screen from Palmieri. They go to Palmieri. He puts up the shot, up and in. So Dylan Palmieri gets 2. He had 4 last night. 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter of play. Goes down low to Bolt, back to Brooks. Puts it up off the glass a little bit short. Fight for the rebound. Who comes away? Scrambling on the floor. They're going to be tied up. Jump ball, alternating possession is going to go to the Glacier Bears on that one. Strong comes off the bench for the Vikings. And also coming into the ball game will be Light for the Glacier Bears. 1 point lead by the Vikings right now. Glacier Bears can take the lead though on a bucket here. Swinton slow up across the half-court line. Volk coming out, putting a little bit of pressure on. Alley-oop over left-hand side to Sage at the free throw line. Now there's going to be a foul on it. Foul's going to be on number 2. That'll be Blaine Volk. That's going to be... So it doesn't take long for Coach Brock to get somebody coming off the bench, and Sandhofer's going to come off the bench for the Vikings, and Volk will have to come out. Volk's been playing defense on Swinton, the leading scorer last night for the Glacier Bears, so we'll see. Strong is going to be on him now. Strong is pretty much a wild go after the ball. He's everywhere on the court, so we'll see if he can create some problems. He does already, but the ball is bounced off of his leg and goes out of bounds, so he was all over Swinton there. Last night, he pretty much did the same thing. Cunningham holds it, waiting, goes to Palmieri, right-hand side free throw line, backed out to Sage. He wanted the three-pointer, but Kahn got out there quick. Goes over to Light. Light goes to Cunningham, kicks around, back to Sage. Three-pointer on the way, off the front of the iron. No. Down to Strong. Strong over to Kahn. 1 point lead by the Vikings right now, and they have the basketball. Comes back out to the top to McKay. Goes down the center of the lane. Nothing going, however. Going to be a foul on it here. It looks like it's going to be on Sage. It is going to be on Sage. That'll be his first personal foul. Glacier Bears setting up their pressure. 9-8's the score. Petersburg has a 1 point lead on the basketball. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. Looking, goes up and in. Nice patience that time by the Vikings as they waited and waited, giving a little bounce pass, and Brooks laid it up and in off the left-hand side. Swinton out at the top, goes right-hand side to Sage, looks at the three, drives inside, checked by Brooks, however, on the shot. Rebound comes back down the hands of Kahn. Kahn goes the left-hand side, goes up, and he puts it up off the glass a little too hard. Brooks gets a hand on it, now he gets the ball back. Good hustle that time by the Vikings. Back up to, it up a little short. Sage comes down with it. Strong jumper from the free throw line, a little bit short. Rebound down to Light. Light looking ahead to Cunningham. Cunningham put it up off the bottom of the basket. Shot goes up by Light, doesn't go. Strong, a little wild play there by the Glacier Bears. 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 3-point lead by the Vikings. They go to Kahn, left-hand side. Glacier Bears are overplaying those wings, trying to make the steal, but Kahn comes back down, goes to Nideffer underneath the hoop, and in goes to Brooks. Brooks up and in. So Wolf Brooks picks up his 8th point of the basketball game, extends the lead to 5, which is the biggest lead of the ball game so far. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Swinton with the dribble. Inside the Light. He looks inside a bit, nothing going. He hands the ball back to Swinton. A lot of movement now by the Glacier Bears. Little give and go there. Put up the shot and good. So Cunningham gets his first 2 points of the ball game. He had 2 last night. Nice screen, pick and roll. And they got the easy bucket out of it. 3-point lead, 7 seconds to go. Kahn out at the top. Stops, puts up the shot to Brooks. He puts it up and he's going to get. As he was high above everybody else. Last night, Kahn got one right at the buzzer, but Wolf Brooks finished his first quarter with 10 points, leading score. Well, we're going to turn it back to SK Studios for 1 minute here. The score is Petersburg 15, Haines 10. Back in 1 minute.
Put the points up there too, so I can check. And welcome back to the Carl Ward Gymnasium. Good to get that information out to the folks so they can take part in those games down there, as Petersburg can have a lot of them. Petersburg has the basketball with the lead. We're just starting second quarter play here. Comes back into McKay out at the top. Glacier Bears dropping back. They're way beyond the three-point arc. The Petersburg Vikings strong. Nobody picks him up. He puts up a 3 and he's got it. So nobody came out to get him, and he had 5 points left. 3 already extends the lead to 8. Biggest lead by the Vikings so far here. Just beginning second quarter play. Cunningham almost loses it, but steps on the line. I don't think he was ready for that pass. We had coming off the bench is Faberty checking into that at that quarter break for the Glacier Bears. Out to McKay. McKay handles the ball a lot for them, but the Vikings actually have a lot of players that do handle the ball. Kahn, of course, is one of them. Down the center of the lane is strong up and in, and he picks up another 2 points. He's got 5 for the Vikings. 10-point lead now by the Vikings. Swinton goes left-hand dribble, wants to go to the hoop, puts up the shot, forced it, however. Brooks comes down with the rebound, and we're not able to keep track of rebounds and stuff tonight, but Brooks one of them already. Cross court to Strong. He puts up the shot, but going to be fouled by Sage, as that pass was set up nicely by Kahn as he came across, and Strong was going off that right-hand side, pretty much deep in the corner, but got the pass, but was able to draw the foul on Sage, and that'll be Hudson Sage's second personal foul, and both teams have three team fouls. The Petersburg Vikings have 5. Glacier Bears have 3 team fouls. We're going to have a 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it here with The Petersburg Vikings extending that lead to 10 points now, and they're starting to spread the scoring out again like last night. McKay, Brooks, Kahn, Volk, Nideffer, Strong, Sandoffer, Wallace, and Payne all scored all game last night, so they really spread it out, and that's what you really want as a coach. I mean, you don't want to just depend on one person to do everything for you. If you want to tune in and kind of watch the game live, you can go to the internet thing, go to the Haines School District website and click on the Cube Live Play, and you'll be able to watch the game and also, of course, listen to us up here in Haines. Strong at the free throw line. First one's up, and this one is good. He was 1 for 1 last night, and he's got 6 points in the ball game. Just beginning second quarter action. Bounces it a couple of times, 11-point lead by the Vikings right now. This one's on its way and also good, nothing but net both times, so he has that zeroed in, and that's 7 for him. Swinton brings it across the half-court line, goes to the right-hand side, went by the screen, they alley-oop inside the Sage, but Kahn reached around and knocked it away, came up with the steal for the Vikings, and they're quick up the court. Kahn goes down the center of the lane, puts it up and in. Nobody picked him up, so Stuart Kahn just says, I'll go right to the hoop, and that's exactly what he did. Defensively, they need to step in front of him to stop it. Back to Swinton. All over to Clay. But he gets the ball back into Swinton's hands. Shots on the way with three-pointer, a little bit short. Rebound comes back down to McKay, and he's racing down there. It's a 3-on-3 break. Kahn goes to the free throw, or to the left-hand side. Nothing go. Rebound ends up in the hands of Brooks. Brooks is not able to control it as McKay throws the ball back in bounds here. Goes back to Swinton. Swinton's driving to the hoop. Let's see if he draws the foul on it here. He did. Fouls on number 1, and that'll be Dale Strong. That'll be his first, and the basket's going to count for Swinton, so he's got 5 points. He had 13 last night. That'll be Swinton at the free throw line. 6:21 to go here in this first half of play. 12-point lead now, but the Glacier Bears kind of clawing their way back into it. Swinton got the basket. He'll get one chance from there. Off to the side, doesn't go. Kahn comes down with the rebound for the Vikings, and he's quick up the court. Goes left-hand side, looking, still can't find anybody. Now he goes to Volk, who checked back into the ballgame. Back to Kahn, jumper from the free throw line, and nothing but net on that one. So Stuart Kahn picks up his 4th point of the ballgame, getting a nice little jumper, 26-12. Another sub coming off the bench for the Vikings at the next opportunity. Payne will be checking into the game. Swinton out at the top with the dribble. Keeps going. Strong puts a lot of pressure on. Strong's all over, and they're leaning on each other. Swinton puts up the shot, far right-hand side. Clay hustles down, tries to get the ball back into bounds over Faberty's head, however, not able to get it across. So Glacier Bears turn the basketball in. Payne's coming in. Looks like Brooks is going to come out of the ball game for the Vikings. Back to Strong. 5:40 to go here in this first half of play in this boys game. Don't forget, we got a girls game right after this one, just as quick as we can get it going. Come back to Kahn. Stop, jumping from about 6. Off the back of the iron, rebound down to Sage. He'll give it back to Swinton, who handles the ball most of the time for the Glacier Bears coming down. Faberty wants the baseline. Almost got around both. Kahn comes across the passing lane and knocks it out of bounds. Palmieri's coming into the ball game. Clay's going to take a seat for the Glacier Bears. Glacier Bears, Stegan, far side. 26-12 is the score. Vikings have the lead, but the Glacier Bears have the basketball. Coming down, they get it back into Swinton. He wanted the shot, goes back to Stegan. Three-pointer going to be short. Volk comes down with it. He's got Nideffer all the way down, up, and rolls around, doesn't go. It's a little awkward for him. He's got out of his steps, but was able to put it up. Drop, and Stegan comes away with it for the Glacier Bears. Back to Swinton. 5 minutes to go here in this first quarter of play. Swinton calls out the play. Thumbs down. I don't know exactly what that play is because Strong knocked the ball out of bounds, so maybe we'll get a chance to watch if they continue on with that one. Left-hand dribble, stops at the free throw line, kicks it back out to Faberty, over to Stegan, over to Swinton. Swinton's looking, he wants the screen. He's got 2 people coming there. Now Palmieri, I know, is going to be called for the screen. That was a move see it developing. And Coach Vossman kind of looked at Doug, who is refereeing right now. Normally Doug helps him with ball games here, but we're short referees, so Doug's refereeing. And Coach Vossman says, yeah, that's what he did. All right, back to Volk at the top. 14-point lead by the Vikings right now. They'll go right-hand side to Kahn. Screen set. Kahn goes left-hand dribble jumper from the free throw line a little bit short. Down the hands of Strong. He wants to put the ball back out, but it's knocked out by Sage. Strong could have had the easy little left-handed lay in there. I don't think he realized that he was that far underneath. It looks like the Haines Glacier Bears are going to take a full timeout here. So with the score, Petersburg Vikings 26 and the Haines Glacier Bears 12. Back to KFKSK. We'll be back in 1 minute. And welcome back to the Carl Ward Gymnasium here. Petersburg Vikings 12 right now, 4:19 to go here in the second quarter of play. And don't forget, I've been reminding folks we'll be a bit out of our schedule here, a noon game and then a 1:30 game with the girls coming out on the court. Our boys are also going to get on that same ferry with the Vikings and head for Wrangell, so lots of basketball this week. Inbounds pass goes to number 44, Payne, and he puts it up and in off that inbounds under the basket, so Petersburg picks up another easy bucket, 28-12. Swinton with the dribble. Strong's full court pressuring him, but not really changing much. Swinton easily beat it. They go left-hand side to Faherty. He looks, can't find anybody. He'll come out to top to Stegan. Stegan looks down low, back to Faherty. Squares up to the hoop. Wants to go inside to Swinton. Back out to Faherty, moving the ball around. The Glacier Bears way beyond the three-point arc. Looking for Swinton down low. Rebound is going to be taken, or shot. Ball's going to be taken away, and Nideffer goes down, up. He misses the shot. Payne gets there. He misses the shot. He fights for it. Now there's going to be a foul on it. Two opportunities for the Petersburg Vikings. Fouls on 44. Payne, that'll be his first personal foul. I know both those boys are probably saying, I should have had those baskets. That was pretty easy go. And that being the case, looks like Brooks comes in, and looks like McKay's coming into the ball game. So a couple substitutions for the Vikings right now as Coach Brock's up directing traffic here. Swinton will bring it across the half-court line. Calls out the play, number one, whatever that's going to be. It's going to be a right-hand screen right now by Palmieri. Now he goes left-hand screen back to Palmieri, reverses around to Sage. Three-point shot on the way. Who's going to control it? Finally, Swinton does for the Glacier Bears. He goes, puts up the shot. Both bats it around. Back to Sage. He hustles over and gets it. And now he steps on the line and goes out of bounds. Nice hustle by both teams there. Sage just tried to get at that ball, but just couldn't quite get it there. He was standing on the out-of-bounds line. Back to McKay. 3 minutes to go here in this first half of play. Right-hand side to Volk. He looks up, waits for some movement by the Vikings. Comes to the left-hand side off of that screen by Brooks, all the way around to Nideffer. Three-pointer on the way, back off the iron. Brooks comes away with it, and now there's going to be a whistle on it. He could have gone back up with it, but he was trying to pass it over. Fouls on 3-2. Sage, if that's the case, that'll be his third personal foul. It is. And I suspect we're going to have some substitutions. We are. Cunningham comes into the game. Light comes out. Pretty sure that Coach Fossman is going to take Sage out. He can't afford to have him pick up that fourth personal foul, being at 6'1". He needs some height in there to try to control the boards. Back to McKay, over to Kahn, looks inside for Brooks. Stops, push inside, can't do anything with it. Gets it off to Volk, up and in. They tried to double team down low. Volk gets his first 2 points of the afternoon. Glacier Bears down by 18 now, 30-12. Goes right-hand side to Faherty, holds the ball higher to his head, back to Cunningham, looks inside, but Kahn steps away. It's a one-on-one game. Kahn comes down. He'll put it up with the left hand, up and in. Actually, it was a 2-on-1 break there as they filled that lane, but Con went right to the hoop and just laid it in. Swinton with the ball, 20-point lead by the Vikings right now. Back to Cunningham, bounces around, but he shoots. Left-hand side, stepping into the lane, that time was McKay. McKay comes down, he wants to go to the hoop, up and in. So Alan McKay got him on his hip, and he gets 2 points in the ball game now. Well, as I mentioned, they're spreading that scoring out now, much like they did last night. Swinton with the dribble, 1:50 to go here in the first half of play. Back out to Swinton at the top, way beyond the three-point arc. Nothing going. They come around to Faverty. He looks inside for Palmieri, but there's going to be a kick on the ball as McKay steps out. Substitutions. File comes into the ball game, and looks like also Wallace coming into the ball game for the Vikings. Glacier Bears are going to make a couple changes here, and then we have Jacobson wearing number 11 for the Glacier Bears. Light will have top, and now he's going to be called for the carry of the basketball as he was going to run the offense, but got the ball kind of hung up on his foot, and of course then dribbled again, and he's going to be called for it. Slowly the Vikings come across, 1:30 to go in this first half of play. Out to the top is Wallace. He looks inside for Kahn, up and in. So nice little bounce pass inside. Kahn picks up his 8th point of the afternoon. Again, the Glacier Bears kind of sticking on that 12. They only got 2 points so far in this quarter, as they had 10. Swinton, long three off the back of the iron, goes to the corner and out of bounds. The Glacier Bears kind of stuck there. They had 10 points in the first quarter and only picked up 2 so far. They've been shooting pretty poorly from the field in this quarter. But the Vikings also picked up their defense too, which makes a difference. Kahn, right-hand block, spin, move from about 6, a bit short. Rebound fought for. Now there's going to be a foul. Foul's on number 22. That's Brooks. That'll be his first personal foul going after that rebound. Bumped right into Swinton. Pretty easy to call that one. The referee was kind of standing right there, and he kind of flew across the lane and hit him. All right, 55 seconds to go in the first half of play. Swinton with the ball on the right-hand side. Looks, waiting. Jacobson breaks out. Now Light breaks out. Three-pointer on the way off the back of the iron. Rebound nicely taken by Wallace. He gets the ball out quick as they come down that right-hand side. McKay, free throw jumper in. Good. So Alan McKay just goes right to the free throw line, stops, jumps it up, and gets 2 out of it. 38-12. 31 seconds to go here in this first half of play. Dribbling the ball down. Glacier Bears are going to go left-hand side this time. Fowler sets the screen. Back to Light. Back to Swinton again. Palmieri sets it. Kahn wants it, but Kahn's not going to get in front of him as Swinton got the step on him. And it is going to be on number 13, Stuart Kahn. That'll be his first personal foul. And we got checking in real quick is Slauson for the Glacier Bears. This is his first chance to get into the ball game. He didn't get in last night. 19 seconds to go here in the first half. Swinton at the free throw line, 5 points in the ball game, 1 for 2 from the line so far this afternoon. This one is on its way, going to be a bit long, and rebound comes back down in the hands of Wallace for the Vikings. 14 seconds. Kahn is kind of being patient to get that last shot. No pressure being applied by the Glacier Bears. Now Kahn takes a couple of dribbles, stops the three-point line. Now there's going to be a foul on it. The foul's going to be on 22. And he picks up his second. That was away from the ball, so I'm not quite sure what he did. I think Coach Rick Brock is saying, I say that you stuck your elbow out there. That's what you did. That's what he's talking to him about here. So they got that one sorted out. 5 seconds. Glacier Bears ought to be able to get the last shot off here in the first half of play. Back to Fowler. There is going to be a foul on it. Foul's going to be on 1-3. Fowler kind of surprised everybody and just kind of threw the ball up there, but he was able to draw the second foul on Stewart. So that's going to send Fowler to the free throw line. He has not scored this weekend. This is his first chance. I think he's going to get 3 shots on it because he was quite a long ways back. This one's on its way, and it's good. So Marty Fowler picks up 1 from the free throw line, his first point of the weekend. 38-13. Glacier Bears can dig into it a little bit. Second one's on its way. This one's off to the back of the iron. I could kind of see that one was going to be missed when he released it. And he'll get his third shot here. This one is up on its way. This one does look good, so he picks up another one from the free throw line, and he's got 2 points. Well, we're at halftime here. What I'm going to do is turn it back to the KFSK studios for about 9 minutes or so. So we'll be back here in 9 minutes. Petersburg 38, Haines 14, back in 9 minutes. Vikings. So get these games in. The kids want to catch the ferry at 4 o'clock, so they're trying to keep things moving along. Officials are getting right after him. Swinton out at the top with the dribble. He'll have the basketball, directs traffic, wants to go right-hand side to Stegan. Stegan comes across on the reverse dribble. Same starters we had all the way around for both teams. Comes back to Cunningham. He wants to go inside. Going to be kicked out of bounds by Volk, however. It'll be Glacier Bear basketball. So we have McKay, Brooks, Kahn, Volk, and Nideffer out there on the court for the Petersburg Vikings. Glacier Bears have the basketball, however. Cunningham tries to go inside. Now it is. McKay makes the steal. Up the court, goes to Nideffer, puts up the shot, rolls around, up and in. So Nideffer gets it, but McKay is really the one who set that up with a nice little bounce pass, and Mark just filled that left-hand lane and got the bucket. Come back out to Stegan at the top. Stops, goes right-hand side to Cunningham, looks inside for Swinton. He's being guarded by Brooks, comes back out to Cunningham, up and in. Nobody picked him up, so he just went right to the hoop and laid it in, and that's his 4th point of the basketball game. Over to the right-hand side, and it goes inside to Kahn at the base, at the low block, turn around, puts it up right over the top of Cunningham, about a 7 or 8 inch difference between the two of them there, so it was a pretty easy shot for Stewart. Comes right inside to Sage. Long 3 on the way, a little bit strong. Bolt comes down with the board. He comes back, gets it back to Kahn on the dribble at the 3-point line, goes back Nideffer, back to Kahn. He wanted a 3 and stops, goes inside, puts up the shot from about 6, and he's got it. So Stuart Kahn puts up 12 points so far this afternoon. Extends that lead as 44-16. Swinton left-hand side to Sage. He looks, can't find anybody, still has the basketball, now goes to Stegan on the left wing. Come back out to Sage. And it looks like Coach Fossman says, we don't have any movement here. Everybody's standing still, so nothing going on here. And looks like what we're going to do is take a short little break here. I guess it's going to be a 1-minute timeout. So if it is, I'm going to turn it back to KFSK for 1 minute. Score 44 Petersburg, 16 Haines, back in 1 minute. Welcome back to the Carl Ward Gymnasium here. Just beginning the 3rd quarter action here. Petersburg extending that lead again. 44-16 right now. 6:18 to go here in this 3rd quarter of play. Glacier Bears out of that timeout. Discussing, and I'm sure Coach we don't have any movement on our offense right now, and I think that's what he was talking about. Vikings come out, put a little bit of pressure on, not a lot. They're doing a 2-3 zone defense right now. Kind of stepping back, moving back and forth. Goes right-hand side, down to Stegan. Nothing going. He wanted to go inside on the pass, but Swinton's able to come up with it. Puts up the shot a little bit short. Palmieri comes down with it. He wants the shot. He's going to be partially checked. Rebound still fought for, and Palmieri comes away with it. A lot of action underneath the hoop that time. Goes back to Stegan. Oh, almost stolen away by McKay. Back to Swinton. Long 3 on the way. Rebound comes down to Britt. Back out to Kahn, and he's on the right-hand side. Nice bounce pass to Volk. Puts it up. It'll be partially checked by Cunningham, and he gets the basketball back. Goes to Swinton on the right-hand side. Swinton goes down, stops. Bashes in there, no call on it, and comes back to Volk. Over to McKay. McKay goes down the right-hand side, stops, jumping from about 6, and he's going to get the foul this time on Cunningham as McKay hoop. And yep, it is on Cunningham. I thought it probably would be. And that's his first personal foul. And that's going to send Alan McKay to the free throw line. He was 3 for 3 last night. Has 2 buckets so far today. First chance for him from the free throw line. This one is up on its way and drops right through. So he picks up 1 from there, and that's 5 for him. Don't want to jinx the Vikings, but they're 4 for 4 right now from the free throw line. Takes another couple dribbles. Shot rolls around off the right-hand side and going to go out of bounds. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be Glacier Bear basketball as it went off of Brooks. Over to Swinton. They'll bring it across the half-court line. Vikings come out, put a little bit of pressure on. Swinton reverses down, goes the inside. He's double-teamed, didn't get it. Goes to Stegan, a little strong on the shot. Rebound comes back to the hands of Brooks, and he'll get it out to McCary. McCary kicks the ball out to night effort. He wants that baseline. Baz puts up the shot. Going to be bounced. Brooks comes away with it. Partially checked by Swinton. Ends up in the hands of Cunningham, and Swinton comes hard down the court. And now he's going to draw the foul. An offensive foul this time on Dylan Swinton. His first personal foul as he went hard to the hoop. Coach Fossman wasn't too sure about that one. Coach Block says, yeah, that's the right call. McKay will bring it up, run the offense this time. Brooks and Kahn both setting up on the low blocks. They look inside. They try to go back inside. Knocked away, however, nicely by the Glacier Bears. And out to Swinton. Swinton wants to go down. He's going to come through again. Partially checked, however, on the shot. Alley-oop goes to Kahn. He goes over to Nideffer. Up, and misses the shot. Kahn comes away with the rebound and puts it right back up and in. So quickly up off the bench. Another 30-second timeout by the Vikings here. Nice passing that time by the Vikings. They made the steal about free throw line on the Haines end. One pass, two passes. Missed the shot, but filling the lane was Kahn, and he just put it right back up and in. Didn't even come down with it. So right off the bat. But that was Mark's nice pass across as he came across and filled that right-hand lane, so they were able to get a nice pass to him. 47-16. Glacier Bears down in this basketball game. Pretty much like last night's ball game, the Vikings come out and kind of control pretty much everything. Rebounding, shooting percentages, and just scrapping after the basketball all the way around. Over to Swinton. 4:20 to go here in the third quarter. Go to Sage. He wanted to go into Palmieri, but good defense. They cut that one off. So they'll have to bring the ball back out. Sage looks at the three-pointer, takes a couple dribbles over to Swinton on that left-hand side beyond the three-point arc. Back to Stegan. Takes a dribble on the baseline, buried underneath. Going to be stolen. Vikings goes to McKay. McKay's on the drive. Up and missed it. However, rebound comes back down. And up and in. As Mark picks up his 9th point of the ball game. Glacier Bears with the basketball, goes to Swinton. Comes back out to the top, looking, now they'll go inside. It off of his hands and out of bounds. We got Strong coming off the bench for the Vikings. Also, Sandhofer coming into the ball game for the Vikings. Looks like Volk will be taking a quick seat, and Mark Nideffer will also be taking a seat. Okay, I'll bring it up for the Vikings. 3:40 to go here in this third quarter of play. Over to Strong, looking. Back out to Brooks. Comes back outside, almost somewhere checked in, but Brooks is going to put it, or Alan McKay is going to put it up and in off the glass, and that's 7 for him. Long down court pass to Sage. Stops. Can't find anything, and he's going to get the basket. So Sage gets the bucket, and that's his 5th point. The foul's going to be on Brooks. And that'll be his 3rd personal foul. So Vikings getting into a bit of trouble, but looks like Payne's coming off the bench real quick. Wouldn't be surprised that Brooks doesn't come out of the basketball game. Hudson Sage, first time this afternoon. It's that first one to go. He picks up his 6th point of the basketball game. 51-19 is the score. Brooks will have to come out of that one and over to Kahn. Kahn gets the ball back to McKay. And Glacier Bears, Payne all alone. Almost knocked away, but Kahn comes up with the steal as he seals it back. Goes back out to Strong. 3-pointer on the way. This one's going to be short. He put it up off the glass. He's got 16. Back out to Swinton. Swinton comes across, puts it up too hard off the glass. Kicks the ball back out to Kahn. Kahn comes down, goes to the right inside, steps inside, puts it up a little bit strong. Rebound down to Cunningham for the Glacier Bears. Kahn went right to the hoop that time, wasn't able to get it to go. Plays out at the top, goes right inside to Light. He fires up a long three, nothing there except air, and Kahn makes an easy rebound out of it. 2:30 to go here in the third quarter of play. McKay breaks a nice backdoor there, but Kahn just wasn't able to get him the basketball as he would have been all alone for the easy little hoop. Goes right hand side to McKay, takes the dribble, goes back inside to Kahn, stops for about 6. Then he gets good inside position on that low block. Fouls on 1-0, and that's Cunningham. That'll be his second. He's 6'1", and Kahn is 6'3". Really jumped. And so he got up high over top of everybody, got the easy bucket. That's his 18th point of the ball game. Has not been to the free throw line tonight or this afternoon. This is his first chance from the free throw line. Looking, got the ball. This is on its way. Net on that one, so he does pick up another one. That's 19 points for him so far. Swinton with the basketball. Big lead by the Vikings right now, 56-19. Swinton wants that baseline, doesn't get it. Back to Clay, long three. Comes back down to Conflict. Snatching that away on the left-hand side. Kahn goes down, stops, wants to go inside. Is going to be fouled on the shot. I'm not sure which one. They got lots of Haines Glacier Bears around there. 3-2, that'll be Sage. That'll be his 4th personal foul. They're going right at Hudson Sage. Well, 3 fouls, and now he's picked up his 4th. And that'll send Stuart Kahn back at the line with those 19 points, 1 for 1. Number 10, File's going to come off the bench. This one is good. And he picks up another one from the free throw line. That's 20 points in the ballgame. Palmieri comes into the game for the Glacier Bears, and Faberty also comes in. Clay's going to take a seat. Kahn with his second. And they are going to fill the lanes. They do. So stepping up, filling that lane. There's Faberty for the Glacier Bears. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. This one's on its way, and it's also good. So he picks up another one from the free throw line. That's 21 points for him in the basketball game. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Swinton to dribble out at the top, goes right, goes left. Now they'll go over to Fowler, who checked into the ball game at that last opportunity. Comes back out to Faberty. Swinton's being guarded by Fowler over to Fowler. He kicks the ball back in, long three on the way, and good by Swinton. So Swinton picks up his first 3 of the basketball game, and he's got 8 points in the ball game. 1:30 to go here in this third quarter of play. Go right-hand side to Sandoffer, who goes down to Kahn on that low block, double team, so he's going to dribble out of it. Back to Kahn. He wants the baseline, kicks the ball to Sandoffer. He wasn't ready for it, or strong between the two of them and out of bounds. So Glacier Bears are going to get the basketball back. Swinton goes right inside to Fowler. He looks at the hoop, changes his mind, takes a couple dribbles, goes to Palmieri, that baseline on the right-hand side, but he throws the ball away, anticipating Cunningham and coming across, but he didn't come. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Kahn right-hand side to Strong. Strong's calling, directing traffic. Comes back out to the top to Sandoffer. Strong's not afraid to shoot that three-pointer, and now there's going to be a foul on it. Blue Kahn away from the basketball, so he's going to pick up his 3rd personal foul with 53 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Goes right-hand side to Fowler. Fowler tries to drive inside. Now there's going to be a foul on it. Let's see what it's going to be. Fouls on 1-5. That'll be his first personal foul. So 4 team fouls on the Haines Glacier, or 1 team foul on the Haines Glacier, 3 team fouls on the Vikings. Glacier Bears have the basketball right-hand side under their hoop. Cunningham looks, alley to Fowler, back over to Swinton. Swinton looks up at the hoop, goes inside to Palmieri. Palmieri wanted to put the shot. It's going to be checked out of bounds by Payne. As Palmieri tried to get up with it, Coach Foss was give him a head fake, get him up in the air. Glacier Bears with the basketball. 41 seconds to goes right-hand side to Fowler. Cunningham, he drives inside, partially knocked away. We're on the floor. Going to be tied up. It's going to be a travel on it. Let's see. They didn't get him tied up before, so basketball comes back to the Vikings again. 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter. At the top, Zeno goes right-hand side to Strong, goes right, goes left, goes right up to the hoop, up and in. Is quick, and that's his 9th point of the basketball game. 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Swinton slowly up across the half-court line. Fowler sets the screen. Now Swinton comes back left, gives up his dribble. Goes to Fowler. He'll fire up the shot a little bit short. Strong's going to come. The buzzer in the background. But we're going to finish this third quarter of play with the Haines Glacier Bears getting 22 points so far in the basketball game, while the Vikings extend that lead out again at 60 points. So we're going to turn it back to KFSK. Haines 22, Petersburg 60, back in 1 minute. Welcome back to the Carl Ward Gymnasium. This Lyle Huff here. Last quarter action between the Petersburg Vikings and the Haines Glacier Bear boys. Girls game to follow right away. Kahn with it back out to Strong. Strong back to Kahn. Back inside to Payne. He puts it back. Strong off the rim. Now there's going to be a foul on it. Foul's on 13. Stuart Kahn, if that is his fourth personal foul, so we'll see if Coach Brock leaves him in the basketball game here. Back to Swinton. Swinton will bring it across. Shot goes through. No, nothing happening. It goes left-hand side to Cunningham. Back inside to Faberty. Back to over to Cunningham. Goes down the lane. Puts up the shot up and in. Kind of stumbled through there. Cunningham gets his 6th point of the basketball game. Glacier Bears 24 points now. Back to Kahn. He wants the 3. Changes his mind. Goes to foul. Back to Kahn. Looks inside. Goes. Eyeballs the three-pointer, stop, jumper from the free throw line a little bit short. Rebound comes down to Faberty. He'll get the ball back into Swinton's hands, and quickly down the court come the Glacier Bears. Substitutions coming in. Looks like there's going to be a foul on it here. Let's see, foul's going to be on number 1. There could have been anyone there, and that's his second personal foul, so that's Dale Strong's second personal foul. That's going to send Swinton to the free throw line. Subs coming into the ball game for the Vikings. That'll be 22 Brooks coming into the game, and then 14 Wallace. Misses the first chance here, so they step into it. Swinton is 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 8 points in the ball game. He had 13 last night. But he spread out the scoring a bit more last night than they did, so Cunningham's picked up. Sage is going to come off the bench for the Glacier Bears. Palmieri will take a quick seat. All right, now we got things settled here. The referee's going to get the ball back to Swinton's hands. Shot's up on its way. This one is good. So Dylan Swinton picks up another one from the free throw line. He's 3 for 5, 9th point. And that'll get Sage into the basketball game along with Jacobson now. And we have Cunningham in there for the Glacier Bears also. Goes left-hand side. They want to go inside to Brooks. Turns. Nobody picks him up. Shot from the free throw line. In and out. No. Rebound back down to Wallace. And he'll get the ball back out to the top. Clean jumper on the way. In and out. No. Rebound comes down to Swinton. Swinton quickly up the court on the right-hand side. File puts some pressure on. Swinton wants to go to the hoop. A foul on it. So he goes down that right-hand side. Blue 1-5. Send up second personal foul. So that's going to send Swinton back to the free throw line. 60-25 is the score. Coach Brock's calling send-off over to him. I want to talk to him a little bit about the fact that he's not going to shut that baseline off unless he gets his foot over there and does shut it off. That's why Swinton was able to get around him. Dylan Swinton at the line. 3 for 5, 9 points so far this afternoon. Shot's up on its way in and out, so he misses that chance. Back to 50% now as he is 3 for 6 from the free throw line. 6:34 to go in the basketball game. This one is up on its way and good, so he does pick up another one from the free throw line, and that's his 10th point of the basketball game. Sandoff, he has the basketball, he'll bring it across. Jacobson puts a little bit of pressure on, nothing going, however, as Wallace comes back inside to Brooks, back out, they'll bring the ball back out and set it up. Sandoff here with the dribble, back to Wallace. Line, kicks it out to File. File gets the baseline, nothing going, however. And now he steps out of bounds and the ball goes back to the Glacier Bears. File got deep to that run long, deep corner there, but stepped on the out of bounds line. Back to Swinton. Swinton comes down on the left-hand dribble, kicks the ball out to Faberdy. Three-pointer on the way, no, rebound, all blue around it. So I think File came away with the back. Give him credit for the rebound. Goes left-hand side. They wanted to go inside, knocked away, however, and Sage comes up with it. Files coming down hard, puts it up too hard off the glass. Rebound back down to Payne for the Vikings. Sage put that one up just a little too hard off the glass. Little jumper up and in by Wallace, and that's his first 2 points of the ball game. 62-26, 5:40 to go in the basketball game. Vikings have the lead. Swinton goes right-hand side to Jacobson, over to Sage. Cunningham all the way around to Faberdy, takes a couple of dribbles. Back to Cunningham, back to Faberdy, goes down inside, nothing going, and he'll bring the ball back out to Cunningham on the right-hand side. Swinton, man-to-man defense by the Vikings right now. Screen set on File, back to Cunningham, puts it up. Going to be checked, however, by Brooks on the shot, and he comes away with the basketball too. Spin move by Brooks, gets around her. Ball goes back into Brooks' hands, back to File. He stops, kicks the ball over to Wallace. Wants that baseline, takes a couple of steps. Doesn't do anything with it, comes back out to Brooks. He'll go right-hand side to Sandoffer. Sandoffer just takes a couple of dribbles over to File. Could have had the shot, change his mind, however, and comes back and gives the ball back to Brooks. They'll reverse it back around. Wallace jumper from about 6, and he's got it. So he picks up 4 points in the basketball game. 2 nice buckets. 64-26 is the score right now. 4:30 to go in the basketball game. They go right-hand side to Faberty. Faberty wants that baseline, but Brooks is right there. Sage puts it up, but he's going to draw the foul. Little bounce pass inside. Fouls on number 44. That'll be Payne, his second. What they did is they had him sitting on the block. A nice little bounce pass to Hudson Sage on that one, and he was able to draw the foul. Didn't get the bucket. This one is short, and this is the first one. Hudson Sage missed that one. He had 1 point earlier from the free throw line. And looks like Clay's coming into the basketball game for the Glacier Bears. Sage at the free throw line, 6 points, make it 7 as he picks up another one from the free throw line. So he is 2 for 3 from the line. Quickly down the court come the Vikings. Goes to Wallace. He wants to go inside, puts up the shot, and he's got it. Oh, it's coming off the bench and just scoring like crazy. 66-27, 4:20 to go in the basketball game. Kicks the ball back out to Cunningham. He goes over to Clay. Clay wants the baseline. Nothing going, however. Checked away by, I think it was checked away by Sandoffer, but Wallace ends up with it. Goes to File. Ball's popped underneath. Going to be tied up. We tried to give it to File coming out on that left-hand side. Ball's going to go to the Glacier Bears on it. And looks like Brooks is checking out of the basketball game. So we got McKay, Nideffer, Brooks, and Kahn all sitting on the bench for the Petersburg Vikings. This is pretty much in control for the Vikings, so the starters are just taking a quick seat. Swinton with the dribble out at the top. Goes right-hand side. Reverses around to Sage, who wanted the 3. Changed his mind, however, and they go back inside to Light. Spin move, stop, jumper in about 6. Misses it. Rebound comes back down to Jacobson. He puts it up, but misses that one, and Payne comes away with the ball for the Glacier Bears, or for the Vikings. Over to File, over to Wallace. Turn around, look. Jumper from about 6. No. Rebound down to Swinton. Looks down the court. Long down court pass to Light, who puts it up. So Dante Light picks up his points of the basketball game. 3:20 to go in the basketball game now. 66-29. Glacier Bears struggling here. Too much Vikings. We're back to foul. Three-pointer on the way, and it's good. But even Kyle turns around. Nobody picks him up, and he makes a three. 69-29 is the score. Swinton with the dribble. Stops. Puts up the shot. Forces it up. Rebound is going to go in the corner and out of bounds. So 24 coming into the bench for the Glacier Bears. Clay, looks like Jacobson will take a quick seat. 2:50 to go. We're using the 40-point rule here now. The clock is just going to continue to run till the end of the basketball game now. No matter what happens out on the court, the clock's going to continue to run. Goes to Wallace. Takes a couple dribbles. Now there's going to be a foul on us. See where it's going to be. Blue is 1-5, moving screen, so that'll be the third one on Sandoffer. And so now we're going to take a full timeout. Glacier Bears needed a full timeout to discuss it here. Well, with 1 minute to timeout here, I'm going to turn it back to the KFSK studios. I'll be back in 1 minute. Petersburg 69, Haines 29. And welcome back to the Carlwood Gymnasium here. 29-69, Glacier Bears with the basketball. Faverty's going to run the offense now for the Glacier Bears as we'll have all the starters sitting on the bench for the Glacier Bears. Pushing up the shot is Light, and he gets it as he come off that left-hand side. And he'll get an easy bucket, and that's 4 points for him. Out at the top now, it's left-hand side to Volk. He'll run the offense for the Vikings. They go inside, up, and in. There's Payne as he got good inside position on that nice pass by Wallace. Out the top is Faberty. Looks right. He'll go right-hand side to Clay. Takes a couple of dribbles, goes to Fowler. Back outside to Light. Pulls the ball high over his head. Cross-court pass to Faberty. 1:44 to go in there, but the ball is swiped from him by Volk, and now Volk's going to turn it over. And this comes on down. The ball goes back to Glacier Bears. As Volk just kind of turned the ball over. Nobody was around. He went all the way to the hoop and just laid it in. He knew that it wasn't going to count. 1:20 to go in the basketball game. Back to Fowler. Back inside to Clay off of his foot. Rebound comes back in, ball comes back into File, and he'll run the offense. Long down court pass. Nothing going. They go into Payne through his hands, but File hustles over and picks it up. Light put a lot of pressure on. Now he for the foul. Foul is going to be on Light. That'll be his first personal foul. Going to be Vikings basketball, as that is only the 15th foul on the Glacier Bears right now. Ball comes in to Volk, who's running it. 50 seconds to go in the basketball game. Right-hand side pass to File. He takes a dribble right, left, goes down the center lane, rolls around on the floor, but gets rid of the basketball. They go into Payne. He puts it up and in. So Payne picks up his 6th point of the basketball game. Everybody except Sandoffer scored in the basketball game so far for the Vikings. Goes to Fowler. He wants the baseline, forces up the shot. File comes away with the rebound. Moves out across the court. Nothing going, however, as they come across. Left-hand side to Wallace. Back to Payne. Looks inside for Wallace. 12 seconds to go in the basketball game. Still nothing going there. Volk out at the top on the dribble. We're just going to run out the clock now with 7 seconds to go. Here's just out. And that'll up the conference play to the conference play. There's dropped to 0-4 as far as conference play goes. Don't forget, Petersburg Craig's going to be matching up this weekend, so big games for all the teams here. Our boys are going to go down to Wrangell. I'll run through the scoring treat real quick here for the Haines Glacier Bears. Palmieri 4, 2 points. Swinton finished with 10. Sage had 7 points. 2 by Fowler, 6 by Cunningham, and 4 by Lott. The Petersburg Vikings. McKay finished the ball game with 7. Brooks finished with 10 points. 21 points by Kahn tonight. Nice job by him. He got a lot of assists in the ball game. 2 points by Volk. 9 points by Nideffer. Strong finished with 9 points. Sandhofer did not score in the ball game. Wallace picked up 6 points coming off the bench. Payne also 6 points off the bench. File getting that nice 3 coming off the bench for the Petersburg Vikings. Well, I remind folks here we're going to be back, and they put the clock down here at about 9 minutes to get this second game going here between the girls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it back to the KFA studios for about 8 minutes, and I'll be back here for second half action between the Haines Glacier Bear girls and the Petersburg Viking gals. Again, the final score, Petersburg boys 73, Haines 31. Be back in about 8 minutes, folks. last night. And kind of run down the conference standings here for the girls side. Mets 4-0, Petersburg 1-0 by virtue of that opening win that they had in conference play last night. Wrangell is 0-2. Craig has not had a conference game yet. They'll have some, of course, this weekend there against Petersburg. And Haines Glacier Bears is 0-3, 0-3 as far as conference play goes right now. They're only got about 25 seconds away from beginning this second basketball game. The gals need to get it in and get it finished. The ferry leaves at 4 o'clock, so it gets here at 3 o'clock, so they want to get it there as quickly as they can, get things going. So anyway, now for Glacier Bears, they were led in scoring by Kayla Krager last night. She had 12 points of their 14, and Bozai Stevens picked up the other 2 from the free throw line, while the Petersburg Vikings kind of rounded out lots of different scoring for their 37 points, but they were 2 for 7 from the free throw line. Coach Dino Brock said, hopefully the point he talked about. Number 11, Emma Chase, she's a 5'6" senior. She was 1 for 1 last night, had 11 points in the ball games. Number 12, Maddie Parker had 4 points. She's a 5'2" junior. Number 24, Kendra Strickland. She wears number 24, like I mentioned. She's a 5'6" senior. She had 10 points in the basketball game. And then Katie Brock, she had 5 points in the ball game, 1 for 2. She's a 5'4" junior. So the starters, Parker, Chase, Chandler, and Brock for the Petersburg Vikings. For the Haines Glacier Bears, we have number 2, Bozai Stevens. Stegan is going to start. Zano is also a starter for the Glacier Bears. And Brittany Bradford is a starter. And Michaela Krager for the Haines Glacier Bears. And the announcer here for introducing the ball players is trying to speed everything up. She was going so fast I could barely keep up. So for the Haines Glacier Bears, Stevens, Stegan, Zano, Bradford, and Krager. And the Vikings are quick out on the court here, as jumping at center court will be Guthrie. Vikings going up against Bradford. Same as last night, the Vikings control the tap, but this time the Glacier Bears are going to come away with it as Krager comes away with the basketball. Bradford out at the top. Man-to-man defense by the Vikings. Bradford goes right-hand side to Stevens. Shot inside the three-point arc. Rebound fought for. There's going to be a foul right away on number 11. That'll be Emma Chase. That's her first personal foul. She hustled over there, but fouled Stevens. Zano with the basketball on the left-hand side for the Glacier Bears. Goes out to Bradford at the top. Reverses around. Nothing going. They go to Stegan. Stops, gives up a dribble, back to Bradford. Looking at right-hand side, we're way beyond the three-point arc, however. And back to Stevens on the left-handed dribble. Little pressure being applied by Parker, almost knocks it out of bounds, but able to recover the Glacier Bears. Just beginning first quarter action. They try to go down low to Krager. They're double teaming her anytime the basketball goes in that area. Goes back inside. Double team in the corner is Bradford, but she got the ball back out. Goes across court to Stevens. Stevens takes a couple of dribbles. Parker puts a little bit of pressure on. Nothing happened, however. Now they have her trapped in the corner. Still there. And there's going to be a 5-second count on it as they had her double team down in the corner using that left, that out of bounds line too. So no place for her to go, and they turn the basketball back over to the Vikings. Bringing up across the court now. The Vikings, they go left-hand side to Parker. Over to Strickland. Strickland goes inside, puts up the shot a bit short. Rebound down to Zano on the shot. And she's on the drive. Stops, however, though, as she was outnumbered, so she's just going to set the offense. They go over to Stegan. Turns around. Looks, can't find anybody. Goes left-hand side to Stevens. Stevens will go to that baseline to Bradford, back out to Stevens at the top. 6:30 to go here in the first quarter of play. Screen set by Zano, but Stevens just goes way beyond it. Now over to Bradford in that far right-hand corner. Completely trapped alley-oop outside to Stegan. They were almost thrown away by Chase, but Stegan's able to gain control. Back to Stevens. Turns around, looks. Can't find anybody. Now she's going to be called for the travel. And the basketball goes back to the Glacier Bears. And Coach Brittenham wants to take a 30-second timeout here to talk about it a little bit. The girls are kind of getting themselves pushed up in that right-hand corner over there. It'll be like 4 Haines girls to go with the basketball. Have a tough time with it. 0-0 is the score. Beginning first quarter action here. Back over to the side. Nothing going, however. Just 10 seconds left in the timeout here. Glacier Bears to our right. Petersburg Vikings right down below it. As Dino Brock steps out. Talk about a little bit. And it's going to be Vikings basketball. Glacier Bears on defense. Brock gets the basketball back in. And he goes out to Parker. Parker will run the offense, goes right-hand side to Chase. She looks down inside for Guthrie. Nothing going, however. Oh, all along was Parker, but they didn't see her. She went down the center lane. There goes Guthrie. They wanted to give her the basketball. Krager says no. Shot is up by Brock. Bouncing around. No rebound. Fought for underneath. Going to go off of one of the Glacier Bears and out of bounds. Brock had a square-up shot from the free throw line. Just couldn't get that one to go. She'll be, if the basketball goes left-hand side to Parker. Around to Strickland. She's being guarded by Bradford. Throws to Chase down the center of the lane. Puts up the shot. Up and in. So Emma Chase gets the first 2 points for the Petersburg Vikings. She went right down the center of the lane. Now come the left-hand side to Siebens. Out. Stegen calls out. Oh, we're going to have a out-of-bounds by the Glacier Bears here right in front of the Petersburg bench. I think it was Siebens who was out of bounds when she touched the basketball. Brock inbounds right here in front of us. 5 in the first quarter action. Haines Glacier Bears, Petersburg Viking Gals. They go left-hand side to Chase. She looks up. Krager comes out. Now they go to Strickland beyond the arc. They'll come around to Parker. Holds the ball, however. 3 stop. Puts up the shot. Rolls across the front of the rim. That time. Just go, however, and quickly down the court comes Stegen. She just keeps going. Nobody picks her up. Now it goes to Zano over to Bradford just inside the three-point arc. Shots on the way, bounces around. Rebound comes back down in the hands of Chase. She's on the floor. Now she's going to be called for the travel. She tried to get that ball off to Guthrie, but wasn't able to do it before she traveled. Krager laying down the basketball here right in front of us. Goes right-hand side. Out at the top, reverse it to that right-hand corner again. The girls like to work that side. Again, all 4 girls are down there, and the ball is just batted around. It's going to go to the Glacier Bears under their basket. When you pack all 4 girls into that right-hand corner over there, it's pretty hard to get much to go. Over to Bradford. Looking. Look for Zano. Long down-court pass. Goes over the top of Siebens. Siebens out at the top. She's being guarded by Parker, but she gives up her dribble. Cross-court pass to Zano. She'll take the left hand. Goes over to Bradford beyond the three-point arc. Free throw line. Doesn't do anything with it. Comes back out to Stegen. Long 3 on the way off the side of the iron. Rebound down on the hands of Chase, and she's quickly down the court. She's got Brock out ahead. Chase just stops now. We'll go to the right-hand side to Strickland, who can't quite control it. A little bit too much rush there. They had to get it set up, but they just couldn't get things organized. And Dino Brock wants to talk about it a bit here, so he calls a 30-second timeout. A little bit of ragged play here, not much like last night. They came in and they were more disciplined on their offense, while the Petersburg Vikings tonight seem to be just a little bit out of sync right here and get things going. So Coach Dino Brock wanted to talk about it a bit. What he's talking about is flow and movement. Glacier Bears down by 2 to nothing here in the first quarter of play. And now the Vikings will be out of the timeout first. They step out. 4:33 to go here in this first quarter of play. Glacier Bears yet to come out of that 30-second timeout. Now they step out. Going to be their basketball. Zano across the half-court line with the dribble. Vikings playing a man-to-man defense. Zano gets guarded closely by Brock. They try to go inside to... I think that was Haddock who checked into the basketball game. Still the ball is everywhere. No jump ball here as it touched about every player on the court before somebody finally got control, and the Vikings are going to get it on the alternating possession. So they tried to go on a low block to Haddock that time, who checked into the basketball game for the Glacier Bears at that timeout. They come out to Strickland. She holds the ball high overhead. They go across to Brock. Back to Strickland. Three-pointer on the way. No rebound down to Bradford. It's a bit strong. Came off the back of the iron. Bradford comes away. She's out of the top. Goes to the left-hand side to Zano. Zano makes a move on the baseline. Nice defense by the Vikings. They cut that one off. And now there's going to be a foul on the play. Foul's going to be on 31. That'll be Katie Brock, her first personal foul. That'll be the second team foul on the Vikings. And number 10 comes into the basketball game. And that'll be Lewis for the Vikings there. Parker's going to stay on. Goes to Bradford. Up and in. Brittany Bradford gets the first 2 points of the basketball game. And we're tied 2-2. 3:41 to go. Krager, and that'll be her right thing there. She got around her man, went right down the center of the lane. Krager had to come off to help and was able to draw the foul on her. So that'll be Chase at the free throw line. 1 for 1 last night, and she is 1 for 1, and that's her 5th point. She has all 5 points for the Vikings right now. Vikings come out, a little bit of full court pressure. Let's see if they can force her, and they do. Vikings come out, a bit of pressure there. Glacier Bears don't handle it very well. Checking into the ball game was Wing also at that timeout. Chase out at the top, getting some movement. There's Strickland, who was all alone. It was too late though. Emma saw her, but she kind of shook her off and said, I'm sorry, I missed you on that one. Down to Chase. Comes back out to Strickland, out the top. Bradford's way out on her. Over to Chase. Ball kind of goes through Chase's hand. Up, and she missed the shot over. Rebound comes down to Guthrie. She outs it back out to Strickland. Goes down the left-hand side. Kicks the ball out to Katie Brock in that left-hand corner. She comes across. Going to be tapped away by Bradford. Bradford's all alone. Chase is running her down. Stop. Shot. And draws the foul. Up a nice little bucket coming off that right-hand side. Drew the foul on, I'm not sure who. The officials coming this direction. 1-0, that'll be Lewis. That'll be her first personal foul. 2:52 to go. 5-4, 1-point lead by the Vikings. Shots on its way off the side. Rebound down to... So Bradford misses her first chance from the free throw line. And Lewis quickly down the court, right-hand side. Strickland. And she was all alone there. Would have had the lay-in. She'll put up the shot from about 6 and banks it off her and gets the bucket. And Strickland picks up her first 2 points. Full court pressure being applied by the Vikings right now as they come across. Wing on the dribble, gets it across the half-court line back into Siebens' hands. Ball bouncing everywhere, but it always ends up in the Glacier Bear hands. Back to Bradford. They want to go inside to Krager. Fouled underneath. 44. That'll be Guthrie. That'll be her first personal foul. Siebens coming into the basketball game. Zano's coming into the basketball game now for the Glacier Bears. Wing and Bradford will take a seat. Vikings lead 7-4 right now, but the Glacier Bears have the basketball left-hand side under their basket. Goes to Zano. Shots on the way. Good. So Hillside picks up her first 2 points of the basketball game. Glacier Bears within 1. 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter of play. Out at the top, Chase goes right-hand side to Lewis. She squares up, takes the dribble to the left-hand side. A little bit of pressure being applied. Not a lot. Round to Chase. Chase goes over to Strickland. Stops. Rebound comes back down into the hands of Haddock. Wasn't a good shot that time by Strickland. She really wasn't squared up. Now they go up. She puts up the shot. A little bit long. Rebound comes back down in the hands of Brock, who's on the left-handed dribble. It's a 2-on-2 break. Now Brock just brings the ball back out. Stops at the free throw line. Goes right. Wanted the shot. Back to Strickland. Shots on its way. In and out. No rebound. Fought for. And it looks like Chase ended up with the basketball. The foul's on number 3. That'll be Stegan. That'll be her first personal foul. And Chase came away with that rebound, but it was immediately fouled by Stegan. Vikings with the basketball under their court. Back to Strickland. Long through, and she buries it. Chandler Strickland picks up her 5th point. Extends the lead to 3 now. 2-2-1 zone press by the Vikings right now, but the Glacier Bears get it across the half court. They go to Zano. Zano comes down left-hand side. She's completely surrounded, and now she's going to be tied up. Going to be Glacier Bear basketball over here, pretty much in front of the Petersburg minute to go here. Brock's going to take a quick seat here. And it looks like Maddie Parker comes back into the ball game for the Vikings. To Krager, out to Siebens. Still keeps her dribble. Nobody picks her up. They go inside to Krager. Spins around. She's going to be fouled now by Parker. Let's see. Fouls on 1-2. It is Maddie Parker. That will be her first personal foul. And we're going to send Krager to the free throw line. They're doubling her on that block. She had those 12 points, all of them coming from down on that block on the right-hand side, and that's where they go. Krager's shot is good. So she picks up one from the free throw line. 9-7's the score. Glacier Bears, much better basketball game here this afternoon. Stepping off the bench, looks like Heppy's coming to alley by Krager as she missed that one and stepped across the lane. Guthrie's going to sit down, and Heppy checks into the ball game for the Vikings. Maddie Parker, she'll bring it across, goes left-hand side. Now there's another whistle on the play. Let's see what it is here. Black 35. That's Heppy with a hold. So it's going to be basketball as they turn it over, and they come back inside to Sieben. She's on the dribble, wants to go to Sieben. She gets it across and wasn't able to control it. Fight for on that far side, and the ball goes out of bounds off of one of the Vikings. I think it was Chase. So Glacier Bears are going to get the basketball right at the half-court line. 41 seconds to go here in this first quarter of play. Chase steps around and makes the steal, goes to the hoop, up and in. She anticipated that pass. Glacier Bears about it too and got an easy bucket out of it. Siebens gets the ball back in and to Strickland. Strickland tries to go inside. They're on the floor. Jump ball. Possession's going to go to the Vikings down under their basket. 26 seconds to go here. 11-7. Biggest lead of the ball game for the Vikings right now. They have the basketball under their basket. Chase with it. Goes outside to Heppy. She tries to make it across. Gets to Lewis. All the way around to Strickland. Plenty of time to run the offense. It goes around to Chase. Three-pointer on the way. In and out. No rebound. Comes back down to Parker. Back out to Chase again. Cross-court to Heppy. 11 seconds to go. Back to Chase. Goes right-hand side to Lewis. Kicks the ball back inside to Strickland. She's going to draw. As she got down on that low block, and the foul is on number 2. That'll be Siebens. That'll be her first personal foul. With 4.7 seconds to go here, that's going to send Strickland to the free throw line. She had 10 points in the ball game last night. Has 5 so far for the Vikings. Shots up on its way and nothing but net. She gets that one to go, so she picks up number 6 point for this afternoon. 5-point lead by the Vikings right now. Second shot, this one's on its way, looks good and is, so she's got 7 and she goes 2 for 2 from the line. Vikings still kind of picking up half-court pressure. Long down-court pass. Going to down, just turned around, fired it up, so she's going to get a nice three-pointer out of that one, so that's 5 points for them. We're going to end this first quarter of play with the Petersburg Vikings come away with 13 points. The Haines go 9. We'll be back in 1 minute. I'll turn it back to KFSK. Welcome back to the Carlwood Gymnasium. Just beginning second quarter action here. Gals are going at it. Petersburg 13, Haines 9. Much better ball game than last night. Vikings coming out a little bit cold and making a few turnovers here. And I know Coach Dean LeBrock called a timeout to talk it over a bit. And now we have stepping out on the court here, Parker, Chase, Strickland, Brock, and Heppy. be out there for the Vikings. For the Glacier Bears, Siebens, Stegen, Zano, Krager, and it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball as they were pointing both directions in Bradford for the Glacier Bears. Now they got it sorted out here. Just beginning second quarter action. Back to Siebens with the dribble on the right-hand side. They want to go to Krager on that block, but Vikings doing a better job there of keeping the ball out of her hands. Almost knocked away by Strickland. Goes over to the foul's going to be on number 2, a moving screen. I thought it might be that was going to be close as Bradford was dribbling hard around that right side, and then Sieben stepped out and kept right on stepping and bounced right into Strickland, and of course the foul was called. Comes out to the right-hand side as Parker goes down the center of the lane. Nobody picks her up. She puts it up, missed the shot, however. She went right down the lane, and looks like Bradford came away with the rebound. Easy missed that time by the Vikings. They go inside to Krager. Stops. She's double-teamed. Goes back out to Bradford. Looks inside. Goes back out to Stegen. She puts up the shot. Fought for. Bradford comes away with it and takes the dribble to the right-hand side. Strickland puts her hands up. Nothing going, however. They come across to then she jumps around, could have been called for the travel, wasn't. Ends up in the hands of Chase, who makes the steal. She's on the drive all the way down, puts up the shot, up and in. Nice patience that time by Emma, as she just waited till she got her feet under her and was able to low it in. 6-point lead by the Vikings now. Out to Zano. Zano dribbles down the right-hand side. She's going to be called for the travel. She got down low. They wanted to give the ball to Krager down off that block. Got a little too close to her and in moves her feet. Parker with the basketball. Vikings up across the half-court line. 6:50 to go here in the second quarter. Parker on the dribble. Stevens puts a little pressure. Now there's a whistle on it. Let's see what the whistle is. Fouls on 31. That'll be Brock. That's her second personal foul. Away from the ball, so I'm not quite sure what happened there, but it looks like she was moving. She come out. The official comes over and said she's trying to set that screen, but continues to move. Siebens, the dribble on the left-hand side, keeps it going, keeps going, picks her up, doesn't give that baseline to her, however, and Siebens just dribbles around, goes to Bradford. 6:30 to go here in this first half of play. To Siebens. Shot from about 6, no rebound, fought for, and chasing the down ball goes off of one of the Glacier Bears. Chase just kind of let it go out because I'm not sure she knew actually who knocked the ball out. Wise choice on her part as the ball goes back to the Vikings. Parker goes right inside to Strickland, gets that line, goes up and puts up the shot up and in, and she just went hard off that right-hand side, and she got her 9th point of 17 for the Vikings. Long down court pass through Haddock's hands and out of bounds. Glacier Bears turn the basketball back to Parker. And now we got a bit of a whistle here. Okay, so anyway, we're trying to sort it out here. It's going to be a timeout by the Haines Glacier Bears as Coach Whitnap stepped up and wanted the timeout here. So with 1 minute here, timeout, I'm going to turn it back to KFSK Studios for 1 minute. Peter 17, Haines 9, back in 1 minute. Well, welcome back to Glacier Bear basketball here. Vikings coming out. Have a little bit tougher game tonight. Glacier Bears a little more aggressive about the things that they've been trying to do. The Vikings need to adjust to it. They've made a few adjustment minutes to go here in the second quarter. Goes right-hand side to Strickland. She'll go to Brock. Brock looks, finds Chase breaking out of the pack. Comes back to Strickland. Sets up the pass. Nice defense by the Glacier Bears. And now we go inside to Parker, who's immediately tied up by Siebens. And it's going to be Vikings basketball under their basket. Looks like coming off the bench will be Guthrie and Lewis for the Vikings here. All right, we got everybody squared away here now. 5:46 to go in that first half. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Krieger. She stepped inside and knocked that basketball out. So it's still basketball under their basket. Chase around the left-hand side. Shot up and good. Three-pointer by Chase, and she's got 12 points in the basketball game now. She extends that lead to 20-9. Stevens goes inside to Krieger. Krieger takes that baseline, puts up the shot a little bit too strong. Rebound comes back down, and now Stevens is going to be whistled for the foul, and that's going to be her third personal foul. She had it completely surrounded. Wasn't much you could do there. I'm not quite why Stevens was after that basketball. There was no chance for her to get it. 20-9 is the score. 11-point lead by the Vikings right now. Well, inbound here. Got to go full length to the court. Parker. Back to Strickland, who just caught it on the run. She wasn't ready for it. Over to Lewis. Lewis holds the ball. Now she'll take the dribble. Comes back out to Strickland. All the way across. Passes. Shots on its way. Doesn't go. Rebound fought for. And we're going to be tied up underneath. As we had Wing and Guthrie tied up, it's going to be Haines Glacier Bear basketball. We'll have to go full length to the court. 20-9, still the score. 5:11 to go here in this first half of play. Haddock out at the top, goes right-hand side to Stegan. Stegan takes it to the left. Now she'll come back to Bradford, who goes to the right-hand side. Bradford goes to Stegan, back to Bradford again, just working that right-hand side of the court. Kicks it all three-point arc, looking right straight at the basket. Direct traffic. She wants Brock to come out, changes her mind. Now they go to Lewis, now over on the left-hand side. Chase goes down low, comes back inside to her. Over to the side to Parker. She puts up the shot a little bit too strong, bouncing around. Bradford comes away with it. Not a good angle that time on that shot by Parker. She'd have to have it perfect for it to go in. Bradford on the dribble on the right-hand side. Goes out to Siebens, back to Kroger. She makes a move. He's going to draw that nice bucket, and she gets 2 points on it coming off of that right-hand free throw. 2 dribbles, and she put the ball up and in, and the foul is going to be on number 31 of the Vikings, and that'll be... Well, they haven't put it up on the board yet here, so I'll have to wait and see. I'm not quite sure who it is. Krieger's shot goes up, bounces around, and she gets another one from the free throw line. As she is 2 for 3 from the line, has 4 points in the ball game. 3:59 to go. The foul is on Brock, and that is her 4th personal foul. All right, they come back down to the side, left-hand side to Parker. They try to go inside to Guthrie. Going to be tied up. Nothing going, however. And now they've changed it up there, so it isn't. It's going to be a second foul on her. All right, got it sorted out here. Coming back down, and we're going to have a travel on Stegan as they inbound the basketball to her. 8-point lead by the Vikings right now, 20-12. Vikings with the basketball. Parker goes to Lewis. Back inside to Chase, but stepping out, had it, but got her hand on it, but it ended up right in the hands of Parker, who loses control of it. Now nobody has it. Finally, Brock comes away and rips it back out. Glacier Bears extending their defense way out, causing a little trouble for the Vikings right now as they're way beyond the three-point arc. Again, they step out. Parker wants that drive, doesn't get it, however, and Bradford's reaching down, knocking the ball away to Lewis. Lewis comes out to the top, and now Coach Dino Brock wants to call a timeout here. As basically there's no movement by the Vikings right now. They're just taking 2 or 3 dribbles and trying to make a pass. So Coach Dino Brock calls a full timeout here. We'll turn it back to the KFSK studios for 1 minute. Petersburg 20, Haines 12. Back in 1 minute. Welcome back to the Carlwood Gymnasium here in Haines. 3:17 to go in the first half of play. Petersburg 20, Haines 12. Petersburg will have the basketball right here in front of the score. Get the ball back in. Goes over to Lewis. Out at the top is Parker. Around to Black. Way beyond the arc here. Glacier Bears not putting out as much pressure, not stepping out quite as far. Black shot from about 6. Rebound down in the hands of Chase. Back out to Parker. She'll put it up a little bit strong. Fighting for it. Goes off of her hands and out of bounds. 2 nice shots by the Vikings. Just wasn't able to get those to drop. They're going to come out with some pressure now. And Glacier Bears just waiting, but it is going to be, they are going to let them inbound the pass here now. Now they set up there, it looks like a man-to-man pressure here. And then get the ball back inside to Zano. Zano kicks the ball across to Stegan. She's immediately tied up there by Parker as she turned right into her. Parker just ties her up. Turnover on the Glacier Bears. Strickland comes into the ball. He's going to come back out. Here right in front of the scorer's bench, Katie Brock. She'll get the ball back into Parker. Maddie Parker gets the ball back over to Lewis. Back inside, they're reversing back around way beyond the three-point arc. And just kind of moves around 2-3 zone defense by the Glacier Bears. Almost turned it over, however, but Brock's able to handle it, and they'll come back out to Lewis. Lewis kicks the ball across. Glacier Bears put in that 2-3, and it's kind of causing a little bit of havoc for the Petersburg Viking gals. They're having a hard time handling it, not getting the ball inside like they did. Over to Strickland. Strickland there. She gets the bait. Comes across, kicks it back out to Parker. Wanted a shot, changed her mind. They'll go back out. Shots on the way by Brock. A little strong. Rebound fought for. Guthrie comes away with it, but on the rebound is going to be a foul. That'll be her first personal foul. So Glacier Bears foul. Petersburg Vikings with the basketball under their basket. Strickland comes down, but stepping in there nicely, and immediately tied up was Haddock and Brock. And Haddock just stepped in there nicely and knocked that ball away, and then was immediately able to tie up. So a turnover on the Vikings. Long inboard pass to Haddock, back to Bradford. Bradford in full court pressure being applied by the Vikings right now. They come down the left-hand side as Bradford still on the dribble, puts up the shot, and she's got it. Whitney Bradford picks up her 6-point, cuts into that lead. 20-14 now. Glacier Bears down by 6. Vikings with the basketball. Strickland with the 2-point shot on the way. Guthrie comes away with it, puts it up, a little bit miss on the rebound. Zano comes away with it, and quickly down the court. Now she'll set it up and run the offense. Spins around, goes to Bradford. 1:35 to go here in this first half of play. Chase back. Game for the Vikings at the next opportunity. Alley-oop across to Stegan. All the way over to Zano. Ball's tapped out of her hands and quickly comes down. Strickland goes all the way down to Lewis. Up and in on the shot. A nice play that time by Strickland. A little bounce pass to Lewis, and she took 2 dribbles and laid it up and in. Zano comes down on her, reverses the ball back. Stolen away by Lewis. Stop, puts up the shot, and she's got the bucket. Glacier Bears turn the ball over twice, get 2 easy buckets for the Vikings. They come across, ball still pass. And gets into Guthrie's hands, back out to Strickland. Strickland alley-oop across to Lewis, puts it up a little bit strong, rebound down to Bradford. Alley-oop going to be taken away by Parker, back out to Lewis. Stop, 2-pointer on the way, in and out, no rebound, comes back down in the hands of Bradford, and then immediately is knocked out of bounds. So Glacier Bears are going to retain possession. Chase coming into the ball game, and Megan Parker also coming into the ball game for the Vikings right now. Lewis and Brock will take a quick seat. 43 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Looking, gets the ball back into Stevens, over to Haddock, back to Bradford, not across the half, going a long alley-oop pass to Zano. Stops, puts up the shot, a little bit strong, rebound fought for, going to go out of bounds off of Krieger. 10-point lead by the Vikings right now. Wing comes up for the Glacier Bears. 24-14, 35 seconds to go here in this first half of play. Parker, left-hand side to Megan Parker. Nothing going here as Maddie has the ball out at the top. Strickland looking inside for Guthrie. Nothing going back to Chase. Come back around, they reverse it all the way around. Oh, a baseline shot by Strickland, and she gets it. So she's got 11 points in the ball game. Nice passing that time by the... There's going to be a play on 1-3. And Parker checks into the ball game real quick and then picks up her first personal foul right away. And that'll be 9 team fouls. So we got a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Glacier Bears. They were 2 for 6 last basketball game. They are 2 for 4 so far. Zano at the free throw line. She has 5 points so far in the ball game. Can cut into this lead here. She can get a couple of baskets here. A 1-and-1 opportunity for the Glacier Bears. Shots on its way, a little bit short. Rebound comes back down in the hands of Strickland, and she quickly dribbles down the court. Goes a course pass, but it's stolen and coming back to Guthrie. She fires up a three. Doesn't go. Rebound comes back down. And there wasn't much time on the clock, and it goes out of bounds. But you can hear the buzzer in the background. We got the Haines Glacier Bears coming away with 14 points in this first half of play, by the Petersburg Vikings finishing with 20 points. So what I'm going to do, Buffalo Studios for about 8 minutes here, and I'll be back here in 8 minutes. Petersburg 26, Haines 14.
Petersburg boys and Haines boys up in the front.
to Stegan. Gives up her dribble back to Bradford, almost knocked away. Alley-oop across the top, but Stevens able to chase it down for the Glacier Bears. They'll come to the right-hand side, stops, kicks the ball back around. They wanted to go inside to Krager, but knocked away as she was triple-teamed that time. So the Vikings force a turnover, and they'll down the court. They go left to Chase, looking for Guthrie breaking across the lane. Back to Chase, takes a dribble over left-hand side to Parker, goes to Brock along that baseline. Defense shifts out, doesn't give her a shot. Now they'll come out and reverse it all the way around to the far side. Strickland at that far right-hand wing. Comes back to Chase out at the top of the key. Looks up at the hoop as Parker, nothing going. Bradford steps out. 6:45 to go here in the third quarter. Looks inside for Strickland, baking across there, but doesn't get it. Parker wants to go inside. Three-pointer on the way, a little bit short. Rebound down to Brock. She'll put up the shot. This one's a little bit long. Bradford comes away with it. So two good shots by the Vikings. Didn't able to get those to drop, however. Now back to the Glacier Bears. Down by 12, but they have the basketball. They go to Krager, kicks the ball back out to Stegan, over to Bradford, right baseline, comes back out to Stegan again, takes a couple dribbles, nothing going, however, and she'll bring it back out to Siebens. Siebens takes a left-hand dribble, Ray facing the hoop beyond the three-point arc. Now she'll go to that right wing. Wants to go inside to Krager. Double team down low. Zano. Shot check by Chase. Chase is on the dribble. She'll kick the ball back down to Strickland. Up and in. So a nice little two-man game there as Strickland and Chase got the easy bucket out of it off the steal. Comes back down. Go right-hand side to Bradford. Looks like Haddock's coming off the bench for the Glacier Bears at the next chance. Go to Siebens. Takes the dribble across, looks inside, can't find anybody. Good defense by the Vikings there as they're not giving her anything. Back out, has her trapped, goes to Krager, back out, ends up in the hands of Siebens, wants to go back inside to Krager, down low on the block, back out to Bradford, shots on the way. This one's going to be short. Ball ends up in the hands of Strickland for the Vikings, and she looks down court. There's Chase, who's all alone, but she wisely brings it back out. Brock wanted the baseline shot, changed her mind. They'll go all the way around to Parker. Breaking through the lane with both Chase and Strickland, not much room there, so they set up the offense and they'll start again. Strickland comes back out to the side to Parker. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Goes left-hand side to Brock, looks up at the hoop, changes her mind, however, and goes back to Parker. Kills dribble, she must go down the lane, doesn't go, back to Chase. Thought about a three-pointer, goes to Strickland, back to Brock on that baseline, knocked away by Bradford, however, and alley-oops back to Krager, back to Bradford. She'll bring it up across the half-court line. Goes a left-hand dribble down the left side. Reverses back as Strickland puts on a lot of pressure. Bradford keeps going. She puts up the shot, but going to draw the foul. 2-4, so that'll be Strickland. That'll be her first personal foul. Brittany was nice and patient on that. She waited. She came off the screen, came down that right-hand side, and was able to just put up the shot, and Strickland came across, hit her across the arm. I mean, she knew it right away, so there was no discussion. Bradford's first free throw doesn't go, and she is 0 for 2 from the free throw line, has 6 points. Wing comes off the bench. Haddock comes off the bench for the Glacier Bears. 4:31 to go here in the third quarter. Vikings lead by 14. Shots on the way. This one looks better and is. And it's going to be a lane violation. So Brittany does make the basket, but she stepped across the lane too soon. So she's going to be whistled for it, so it doesn't count. Still that 14-point lead. Lewis is going to come into the ball game when she gets a chance here. Back out to Parker. Over to Chase. Chase takes the dribble. Glacier Bears don't extend beyond that three-point arc much in their 2-3 zone defense this time. And they want to pack it in a bit so they don't let those easy shots go away. Now, the Vikings haven't proven much tonight as far as shooting threes. Last night they made some, but today they're not. Parker with the shot from my free throw line, and she's got it. She just kind of stepped in between the two gals, put up the little jumper, and it's a 16-point lead now by the Vikings. Out at the top is Wing. She's certainly surrounded. Goes over to Zano. Brock puts a little pressure on, taps the ball out of bounds. Lewis is going to get into the basketball game. Brock's going to come out of the ball game now for the Vikings. 3:46 to go in the third quarter. Lewis will come out, pressure the ball, some pressure. Alley-oop goes into Krager, turns around. Guthrie shuts that off, so Krager has to give the basketball up. They go to Bradford. They go to Krager down low on the block. Nothing going, and coming across is Lewis for the foul. She really didn't need to do anything. They had Krager way under the hoop, and basically Krager just had to give the basketball up, but Lewis whacked her across the arms. Bradford, ball goes inside to Bradford. She puts it up and in. So Brittany Bradford picks up her 8th point of the basketball game on a nice little, well, she passed the ball back in, bounced it off the back of Strickland, and then picked it up and made the hoop. Petersburg not too ready for that one. Back to Parker. Chase, three-pointer on the way, looks good and is. So Emma Chase has 15 points in the basketball game. 33-16, still the score. Vikings have the lead. Glacier Bears have the basketball. Goes down to the right-hand side. Strickland putting a lot of pressure on Bradford. Bradford out at the top. Steele comes away with Lewis. Lewis is on the dribble. Let's see if she's get it. She puts cut up and in. Very patient. Took a couple dribbles on that left-hand side. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Just took her time, got herself organized, and laid it up and in. And that gives the lead now 35-16 for the Petersburg Vikings. Ricky was, like I mentioned, she knew she was being chased by Zano. They were both very close together, but she just kept it together, kept her left-hand dribble going, put the shot up, and was able to get it up and roll it back in. So nice play by Lewis in that one, as there was nobody else around to help. It was a one-on-one game at that point, so Lewis just took it right to the hoop. Glacier Bears had to call a quick 30-second timeout here to talk about it. They're letting, basically they're packing it back in. Vikings have made a couple of shots now by moving the basketball around, getting that zone defense out of kilter, and finding the nice easy bucket out of it. It's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. They'll have to come full length of the court. Bradford, she'll have the basketball, gets the Zano. 2:50 to go here in this third quarter of play. Zano out at the top. Bradford out there. Could have been called for the moving screen, however. The official didn't call it, however. As they come back outside, nothing going as they'll bring it down the left-hand side. Shot by Bradford off the back of the iron, no. Rebound comes back down into the hands and immediately tied up. Was the Glacier Bears and Vikings. It's going to be Glacier Bear basketball. Bradford with it on the left-hand side. Alley-oop to Zano. She'll put up the shot. Going to be short off the back of the other side of the iron. Rebound comes down to number 34, who checked into the ball game. That was McKay. And she looking around, gets the ball back over to Parker. Looks for Strickland. Steps down inside, goes to Strickland, puts it up a little short. Chase comes away with it, but she's going to be fouled on that left-handed shot. They had a nice pass in there that time, and it is going to be a foul on the Glacier Bears. Haddock, that'll be her second personal foul. Nice little bounce pass in there for Strickland, but just put it up a little bit short. But Chase able to come away with the rebound and draw the foul, so she's going to go to the free throw line. 1 for 1, 15 points in the ball game. This one's on its way, a little bit short. Misses the first chance, but she'll have a second. Has the basketball now. 19-point lead by the Vikings right now. This one's on its way, and it is good. So Emma picks up a one, and she is 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Has 16 points so far this afternoon. 20-point lead now by the Vikings. Zano reverses her dribble, comes back this side. She's almost tied up. They kick the ball back into Haddock. She puts up the shot. It's going to draw the foul. However, she was coming off that block, and the foul's going to be on number 24, Strickland. That'll be her second personal foul. And that'll send Haddock to the free throw line. She has yet to score in the ball game. Been in, though, quite a bit here. Glacier Bears need to make some from the line here. This one bounces around, hits the whole rim, and finally drops in. So she picks up her first point. Glacier Bears were 2 for 6 last night, and they are now 3 for 7 in this game, and make it 3 for 8. As she missed the shot, rebound comes down to Parker. Looking down the court was Lewis, didn't see her, however, and now hustling down the court was Wing, but she's going to foul her. It is going to be on Wing. Well, she was the only one around, so I was pretty confident in calling that one. Strickland, far side of the court, will inbound the basketball. 1:56 to go. They go inside, and shot is up and in. Nice play that time as McKay just turned around. Nobody was there, and she went right to the hoop and laid it in. So she extends that lead, 38-17. Zano looks, can't find anybody. Now she'll get the ball back into Hill's hands. Hill comes back out, almost knocked away by Chase. Chase does come away with it. Stops, kicks the ball, puts up the shot, up and in by Chase with a little left-handed shot there, and she gets it to go. She's got 18. Glacier Bears turn the basketball over a bunch here in the last minute, maybe 2 minutes. Goes over to Hill. 1:20 to go here in the third quarter. Takes the dribble, Zano does the left-hand side. Chase puts some pressure on, reverses back. Can't find anybody, goes inside to Haddock. Back to Bradford, short shot on it, rebound comes down. We're going to be tied up now. It'll be Chase and Zano tied up. 31 coming off the bench. Brock for the Vikings. Also 31 coming off the bench for the Glacier Bears. That's Kreger. 1 minute, 7 seconds. Vikings basketball here in the third quarter. 40-17 is the score. Out across the half-court line. They'll set it up. Glacier Bears dropping way back in a man-to-man defense right now. Goes right-hand side to Brock. Takes a couple of dribbles with the left. Gives it up, however, and goes back to Chase. 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Pointing directions, giving directions, what she wants. Goes right-hand side now to Brock. She holds the ball, hasn't given up her dribble. Now she does on the left-hand side. Comes over to Lewis. Lewis goes down the lane. Nothing going. She'll have to dig back out to Chase. Chase wants the lane, gets it, puts up the shot, a little bit short, gets her own board back to Lewis. And she takes the baseline. Good defense by the Glacier Bears to cut that one off, however. And the Vikings will have to bring the ball back out. 14 seconds to go. They go back inside, a little bit shot doesn't go as McKay put it up, but Strickland comes away with it. 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Back out to Lewis on the dribble, goes back to Strickland. She looks at the hoop, and going to be a double dribble on it as she dropped the ball when she picked it up, so that counts as one dribble, and then she took a second dribble. 4.9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. I'm not sure. Yeah, Bradford looks up at the clock. She stops. She's going to fire up the shot. And we're going to end this third quarter of play with the Petersburg Vikings coming away with 40 points, while the Haines Glacier Bears finish this third quarter with 17 points. But we're going to turn it back to KFXK Studios for about 1 minute. Petersburg 40, Haines 17. Welcome back to the Carl Ward Gymnasium here. Petersburg out of that quarter break. Glacier Bears out of that quarter break. For the Vikings, out on the court right now is Brock, McKay, Chase, Strickland, and Lewis. Glacier Bears have the basketball, however, as we have Stegen out on the court with Bradford, and now there's going to be a whistle on it. Foul's going to be on number 4, Brittany Bradford. I was surprised they could have called that a number of times so far, but that was definitely a moving screen as she stepped over there and turns the ball back over to the Petersburg Vikings. Brock will bring it across the half-court line. Just beginning the fourth quarter action here. Haines Glacier Bears on the defense here. Man-to-man defense by the Glacier Bears. They go inside to Brock, turns around, fires up the shot, and she's got it. She just squared up. That's her first 2 points of the basketball game. She's had some good looks at the hoop, but that was the first one to go for her, so she has her first 2 points. Bradford out at the top. Strickland puts some pressure on. There's all the way around. Alley-oop inside to Kreger. Spin move, nothing going. And now there's going to be a foul on the play here. Let's see what it's going to count here. 34, and the basket is going to count, so Kreger's going to get the hoop out of it. So she has 6 points. Fouls on number 34, McKay. That'll be her first personal foul, and that'll send Kreger to the free throw line as she is 2 for 3, make it, or 2 for 4 now. She missed that one. Rebound comes back down quickly, and alley-oop across to Chase, who fills the lane up and in. Nice pass by Strickland on that one as she saw Chase coming down that left-hand side and just gave her the ball, and she didn't even have to take a dribble. She just laid it up and in. They try to come back inside on the floor all the way around. Going to be a jump ball called on it. Ball goes back to Petersburg again. They're still trying to go to that low block, and the Vikings are just double teaming it. 13 comes off the ball game or off the bench. That'll be Megan Parker. And Lewis is going to take a quick seat here. 7 minutes to go in the basketball game. 44-19 is the score. Quickly up the court come the Vikings. They go left-hand side to McKay. She'll just take a couple dribbles to go out to Strickland. Looks inside to see what's going to happen. They go right-hand side to Megan Parker. She comes back out to Strickland. Oh, all alone was Katie Brock underneath. They didn't see her. Strickland goes down now. She tries to get the ball out to her. They do. Kicks the ball back out. Still nobody controls it. Siebens comes away with it. Chase, we got a 2-on-1. Siebens comes down, puts up the shot too hard off the glass, and off the rebound is the foul by Chase. Cavesto looks like she's going to be checking into the ball game now for the Vikings. She will. Let's see who's coming out here. Not sure yet. It is going to be McKay coming off the court. 6:34 to go in the basketball game. Glacier Bears with the basketball. Dows to Zano. One dribble. Almost tied up. Now she goes right hand side to Krager, who's moved beyond the three-point arc. Reverses back to Bradford. Back to Krager. That's the ball on the arc. We're way beyond the arc here. They go to Siebens. She fires up the shot a little bit long. Rebound fought for. Cavesto comes up with it for the Vikings and gets the ball back into the hands, and bringing it down the court will be Strickland. She'll bring it across at 6 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the basketball game. The left-hand side, Chase puts up the shot, a little bit too strong off the board, but she hustles around and gets her own board back. Shots on the way by Brock, a little bit too strong again. Rebound down to Strickland. 2 offensive boards there. When you get that many offensive boards, you're going to make a bucket eventually because you just keep trying. They go to Strickland on the right baseline. Nothing happens, however. Man-to-man defense. She gets around Bradford, stops, puts up the shot. Going to draw the foul as she went hard to the hoop. She got around Bradford, came on across to help her out. Was 31. That was Krager, and she's going to pick up the foul on it as Strickland went to the hoop and was able to draw it. Shot's up on its way, and it's good. So she picks up her 14th point as she is 3 for 3 for 1 minute. Petersburg 45, Haines 19, back in 1 minute. Welcome back to the Carl Ward Gymnasium here. Vikings at the free throw line. Strickland. Shots up on its way. This one is good, so she continues to shoot 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Has 15 points so far this afternoon. 46-19 lead by the Vikings. Glacier Bears on the offense. Bradford comes down, reverses back to Siebens. 5:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Siebens with the dribble. Vesto steps out, nothing going, back to Bradford. Alley-oop across to Krager, back to Bradford. Shots on its way, off the side of the iron, rebound. And Chase and Haddock tie up. They go to the floor. Ball's going to go to the Glacier Bears. 35 coming off the bench for the Vikings. That'll be Heppy. And looks like Chase is probably done for the afternoon. Zano with the basketball, right-hand side. Goes to Haddock. Kicks the ball back inside to Bradford. Turn around, puts up the shot, a little strong. Rebound comes back down into Siebens' hands. She fights for it, puts up the shot, doesn't go, and it goes out of bounds off of one of the Vikings. So it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball under their basket. Siebens with the basketball. Counting, looking, finally gets the ball back into Bradford on the dribble, stops, alley-oops across over the hands of Zano and out of bounds. So the Glacier Bears immediately turn the ball back over to the Vikings again. Strickland out at the top, goes to Brock, who will run the offense right now for the Vikings. They go right-hand side. Vesto, she looks inside, can't find anybody, goes across, nothing going, however, as Heppy will bring it back out. Back to Strickland, gets it all in her hands, 46-19. Strickland puts up the shot off the right-hand side. Nice shot by her. 17 points for her so far this afternoon. Looks like Lewis is going to come into the ball game when she gets a chance, along with McKay. Glacier Bears with the basketball. Out at the top and almost tied up. Gets the ball back into the hands, however, Zano does to Siebens. Siebens looks inside, can't find anybody, goes to Bradford. She holds the ball high over her head. She's given up her dribble. Now they go to Krager. Back out to Haddock. Shots on her way, a little bit strong. Rebound fought for, and we're on the floor, going to be tied up. Alternating possession goes to the Vikings here. Lewis and McKay come into the ball game. Strickland comes out. Brock comes out. I suspect that'll probably be it for them this afternoon. These gals want to get out to the ferry. The boys are already out there. The ferry leaves at 4, so they're hustling along here trying to get everybody to the boat. Comes back out to the left-hand side to McKay on the dribble. Almost knocked away by Zano, but McKay maintains possession. Keeps dribbling down the left-hand side. Spin move. Goes down the lane. Now she's going to draw the foul. Let's see. It is going to be 2 shots as McKay made a nice spin move on it. Fouls on 1-3. That'll be Zano. That'll be her first personal foul. That'll send McKay to the free throw line. She's got 2 points so far in the ball game here. This is her first chance from the line. This one's up on its way, a little bit strong, so she misses her opportunity there. She'll have another. 48-19's the score. Petersburg can extend that lead. This one's up, and it is good, so they extend it. They've got 50 now in the ball game. Zano across the half-court line. Comes across, reverses the dribble, goes to Zano, nothing going. They'll come out to Siebens. Siebens comes across. Cadesto steps out, sets it off, goes back to Bradford, who puts up the shot a little bit short. Rebound down to Krager, and she's surrounded by blue. I'm not sure who the foul is going to be on, as they had her triple team. Foul's going to be on 34. So that'll be her second. McKay picks up her second personal foul. That'll send Krager to the free throw line. 2 for 4. Make it 2 for 5. And substitution, Hill comes into the ball game. Zano is going to take a seat at the 3:38 mark of the fourth quarter. .30 lead by the Vikings right now. Starters are all on the bench. This one's off to the right-hand side. The rebound comes back down to the Vikings, and they're quick up the court is Lewis. Lewis looks inside. She'll fire up a long 3. Rebound fought for underneath. Going to go off of a Glacier Bear, so the Vikings are going to get the basketball under their court on the left-hand side. Megan Parker gets the ball back into Vesco all the way around to Lewis. McKay has the ball out at the top. Glacier Bears still in their man-to-man defense. Lewis gives up her dribble, however. Evans' shot goes up by Parker. Doesn't go. Rebound down to Siebens. She's on the left-hand dribble. Now back to the right. Comes out to the top of the key, way beyond the three-point arc. Parker puts a little bit of pressure on. Megan goes to the left-hand side. Still no pressure there. They all in the dribble. Goes back inside to Krager. Krager wants the shot, a little bit short on it, gets her own board back, but she's going to be fouled. But she got the rebound back over McKay. So McKay's going to pick up another foul there. And that is her 4th personal foul. That'll send Krager back at the line. There's about a 4 or 5 inch difference between the two girls. Krager picks up 1. That's her 7th point of the ball game. She is now 4 for 7 from the free throw line. 2:58 to go. Bounces around. Rebound comes back down into the hands of McKay, and she'll bring it up across the half-court line. Bradford steps. McKay stops. Kicks the ball back out to Kavesco. They go to Lewis. She wants the baseline, does. Puts it up and in. Made a nice pake there and just got right around her gal and went right to it and laid it in. 2:36 to go in the basketball game. Sieben, reverse dribble. Comes across. Stops. Kicks the ball back into Krager. A little bit strong on it. Rebound underneath. Goes off of a Viking and out of bounds. So it's going to be Glacier Bear basketball under their basket. They're definitely going down to that low block, trying to get some work for Krager. Bradford with the basketball, looking, finally gets it over to Siebens, a little short on the shot. Had a nice little lane there, only about a 4-foot shot. Looks at Lewis, but doesn't give her the basketball. However, as they go right-hand side to Lewis, three-pointer on the way. Gives up her dribble, back to Bradford. She wants the baseline. Good defense by the Vikings, didn't give it to her, however. Back out to Krager, goes through the hands of Hill, and it's going to be an over and back call on the Glacier Bears. 1:58 to go in the basketball game. Going to be inbounding right here in front of the scorer's bench. 51-20, gets the ball back in. Wing will come off the bench for the Glacier Bears at the next opportunity. Lewis out at the top, reverses back. Goes to Parker. She puts up the shot. She's got it. So Parker picks up her first stones. Megan Parker gets two. Nice little shot from about 4 foot out, straight onto the hoop. Used the backboard, got it to go. Siebens on the dribble to the right-hand side. Wants to go back inside to Krager. She finally ends up with it. Puts it a shot a little bit too hard off the glass. Goes off of one of the Glacier Bears and out of bounds. So we have Stegan coming back into the ball game and Wing coming into the ball game. Vikings with the basketball. They'll slowly bring it across. 1:30 to go in the basketball game. Out at the top is Lewis, way beyond the three-point arc. They'll go left-hand side to Parker. Looking all alone, jumping up and down was McKay, but nobody could see her. Foul's going to be on Hill. That'll be her first personal foul. Not in the 1-and-1 bonus yet for the Glacier Bears or the Vikings. I guess the Vikings would be, yes. Almost knocked away, but Haddock knocks it out of bounds. So the Vikings are going to maintain possession here. 1:13 to go in the basketball game. Vikings with the ball on their left-hand side. Looking. Now she comes back out to that same McKay. McKay goes right down the lane. Nobody picks her up. Oh, missed the lay-in, however. She was all alone, and we're on the floor here. Going to be a tie-up. See which way the ball goes. It's going to go to the Glacier Bears. They'll bring the ball across. Stegan gets it up across the half-court line quickly. Stops, puts up the shot from the free throw line, bounces it off the backboard and in. So she gets a nice little bucket out of there, and that's her first two. Quickly down the court comes Lewis. Goes all the way to that baseline, reverses the ball back out. She'll keep the dribble alive. Wants to go down the center of the lane. Haddock puts a lot of pressure on, doesn't do anything. Now they go inside to Parker, up and in. So Megan Parker doesn't waste any time. She picks up her 4th point of the basketball game. Stegan out to the top, looks for Michaela Krager, but took an extra step to get it there. Petersburg brings the ball up across the half-court line. Nothing going, however. And they come back out to Cabesto. 23 seconds to go in the basketball game. Reverses it back around to Lewis. Three-pointer on the way. Looks good and is. So Ricky Lewis picks up her 11th point from the free-throw line. 12 seconds to go in the basketball game now. Quickly up the court come the Glacier Bears. On the dribble. Reverses back, Stegan does. Left-hand side wanted to go to Hill, nothing going. Back to Stegan again. 1 second to go, and you're going to hear the buzzer in the background. So we're going to finish this basketball game with the Haines Glacier Bears coming away with 22 points, while the Petersburg Vikings come away with 58 points. So Petersburg winning 2 here. So standings for the conference play right now is Met 4-0, Petersburg 2-0 in conference play. Wrangell is yet to win any ball games. They're 0-2. Craig is 0 for 0, have yet to play one. Glacier Bears dropped to 0-4 for their conference play. Glacier Bears play Wrangell this weekend, and our boys go down and play the Wrangell boys. Petersburg, of course, going to play Craig this weekend, both boys and girls. I'll run down the score sheet real quick here for this girls game. Stegan finished with 2. Zano finished with 5 points. Bradford finished the ball game with 8. Krager had 7 points in the Bay game. Haddock picked up 1. Glacier Bears were 5 for 14 from the free throw line. The Vikings, Ricky Lewis coming off the bench had 11 points in the ball game. Emmett Chase finished the ball game with the high score of 20 points in the game. Maddie Parker finished with 2. Megan Parker had 4 points. Tevesto got into the ball game, didn't score. Chandler Strickland finished with 17 points. She was 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Katie Brock had the 2 points early on. McKay coming off the bench had 3 points, is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Heppy coming off the bench didn't score this afternoon. Guthrie also coming off, or starting the basketball and didn't score in the basketball game. So that rounds out the scoring for the Petersburg Vikings. For the Haines Glacier Bear boys game against the Vikings, the leading scorer for the Haines Glacier Bears was Swinton. He finished with 10 points in that one. 7 for Hudson Sage. For the Petersburg Vikings, Alan McCoy finished the game with 7. He was 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Strong finished with 9 points, 2 for 2 from the line. Vogt picked up 2. File picked up 3 and a nice 3-pointer. Kahn finished the game with 21 points, was 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Wallace coming off the bench finished with 6 points in the game. And Sandoffer did not score in the ballgame. Brooks finished with 10 points. He getting 5 twos out of that. 9 points for Nideffer. He was 1 for 1 from the free throw line. And Payne picked up 6 points in the game. Vikings were 7 for 8 from the free throw line, so very good free throw shooting for the Vikings. Well, I appreciate the opportunity to bring you guys the game down there in Petersburg, and I look forward to seeing it at the basketball tournament. It's really not that far away, folks. Well, I'm going to turn it back to KFSA Studios, and I'll be back with you again later on this year.